Hi, everybody. You're here watching another episode of Worlds Beyond, and once again, we will ride shiny and chrome upon the Fury Road. Or, alternatively, all of them will die. We'll find out, because they made choices last week, and choices, as Claudia was reminded again today, have consequences in my RPGs.
Really? No, it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Hello and welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Some quick reminders / announcements. There is no behind the screens this week because I'm traveling to a foreign country, so that's fun. But we will be back next week with Worlds Beyond on Wednesday, behind the screens, and Wind Down on Thursday. And then, oh God, is it next week already? Yep. Yeah, and then next week we'll have, because why not? We're going to have our special first episode of our special 2-part special, Crossmas. Our Don't Tell Anna, our crossover RPG. You will recognize some familiar faces there, but I'm not. Many of you are, if you were in my chat when I was literally creating their character sheets, you will know who's playing, but otherwise, secret. Oh, don't tell me.
I don't know.
You could check the Discord, but
I like surprises.
You like surprises. That's fair.
I need you to friend me on Discord.
Don't tell Anna.
Don't tell Anna.
She has no idea.
No idea.
Will not be running the board that night.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think I have to turn off an alarm.
Probably. So, hey everybody, thank you for being here. That's pretty much our announcements in terms of shows this week. As always, you can support us through direct donations during the show. We truly appreciate them. I'll be reading out any donation messages that come with them before the break and then after the end of the show. If you don't send in a message, be warned. We'll make one up for you. You can also support us regularly with a monthly subscription, donation, whatever you want to call it, over on Patreon. It's a pretty cool website. Allows stuff and things, and there's great rewards and sweet behind-the-scenes content and all of that good stuff. So if you would like to regularly support us, that's an excellent way to do so. You can also subscribe to our channel and use bits and tips and do all of those lovely affiliate-related things. We have a pretty sweet Make Gay emote here because that's part of what we do. I think that is everything. I don't actually have it written down in front of me. That's fine. I feel like I'm supposed to continue talking. But let's instead listen to the wonderful, sultry voices of those seated at these tables. We've rearranged again because we have Team Coliseum and Team Rescue. So let's start.
Motorcycle lessons.
Team Motorcycle Lessons. So let's start with Team Motorcycle Lessons over here.
Oh,
Who are you? Who are you playing?
hello. I'm Shell Game. And I'm playing Anon Nisi, who is an appealing paradox, if you couldn't tell from her appealingness. Yeah, that's all I got.
Pronouns.
Hey!
Oh, she, her. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just she, her. For both of them. For Shell Game and for Anon. Okay, now I'm really
You're doing great,
Thank
sweetie.
you.
You're doing great. You got this.
You got it. We believe.
Thank you.
It's your boy, Nathan Kiss, a.k.a. Keeson, a.k.a. Nathan Hill, a.k.a. Drunkly Romantic, a.k.a. Oswald Dukes. I am a lucky spinner that has a license to handle. In this game, and in real life, my pronouns are he, him. Thank you.
I just enjoyed watching that all unravel on Twitter because I saw his post about you first, and then I saw everyone else. And I was a little sad that I forgot to do something. So later, it'll be later.
It's cool. Memes are great 2 days later.
I will turn this whole show around.
No, I mean you could just mirror it. That's fine.
Ooh. So we are Table Coliseum,
Yeah.
aka Table Death Pit, aka Table Messiah and 2 followers.
I would call us Table Hello Kitty. Because that's what we're gonna be doing in the pit is saying hello to that kitty. So.
It's a snake cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hello Kitty.
It's
still a kitty.
Oh, kitty.
Kitty.
Yeah.
It's a booples.
Yeah,
It's a what now?
A booples. You boop it on.
Oh, okay. I heard
I
something.
do that to my dog.
something
She's
else.
always so confused. I'm
Stop
like,
thinking of the, what is it, Mammering clans? These are Mammering
What are we
clans.
talking
I
about?
don't know.
you. Why did you not go into that and instead into trying to describe your team name? Just so you know, you're not on Team Power Bottom anymore. You're on Team Top. Oh, no, you're on Team Power Bottom. That's Team Top and Noodle Doo. The first time it's a couple times.
My name is Jackie Dash, Jakidash. Ding.
Ding.
Chat delay. And I go by she, her, but on this game I play Pine Knight, or in the Pines. When the sky was night, I took a breath. My character is he, him, and he is a graceful vector who drives shiny and chrome. I'm really gonna have to use a lot of that driving skills in this death
Look,
Coliseum.
you had the choice to jump off of the motorcycle that I gave you, or put you on, and get into the vehicle with the people who were bringing you to the pit.
I thought it was a good strategy. Kidnappers never expect you to jump into the car.
They're kind of counting on it, though. It makes it easier for them. Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Hey, I'm Janine. I am at Admiral Asma on the Twitters, and I play Jade Atwood, Captain Jade Atwood, who is just a few short weeks away from retirement. She's got one arm left and a lot of heart.
And you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got that weird heart condition where it's like enlarged heart now.
Well, yeah, it could. Yeah, she's probably getting black lung before she's getting. Anyway, she is one of my clever vector who adapts to any environment. She, her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. I am Bonsai Baby. Bonsai Baby on Twitch, Bonsai Baby on Instagram and on Twitter. I play Dalevink, a skeptical paradox who knows the wild, and I am all-knowing and all-seeing oracle. Everything I say is true. The moon isn't real.
On this recursion, yeah, you're probably
Wow,
right.
there's so much
it's
to
just
unpack.
like a junk satellite that's like stuck in space before the calamity.
Oh, him. I'm a him, but not in real life. I'm a her in real life, but him in this game.
I like the idea that the moon left, and that's why the ocean's also pieced out. That's how waves
That
work,
could have
right?
been the calamity.
Yeah, 100%. They follow the moon everywhere.
Well, I
They're
mean,
just like, woohoo!
Yeah,
That's why waves happen. When the moon
gets.
gets closer, that's how tides happen. So if the moon leaves, so does the water.
They're just work spouses.
Yes.
They leave at the same time.
Claudia logic.
And hello, my name is Random Tuesday, or randomly Tuesmatic.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Stream over.
Sorry.
Okay, we're back on.
Wait, did you ask?
I have no idea.
Did the lights go out,
I
guys?
sent this to the credits.
Oh, good. And I go with use pronouns she, her, and I will be your GM for this evening. And we are using Cypher System, which is a game by Monty Cook Games. You should definitely go check it out. We're specifically using the Strange setting, which is this very cool world hopping, a little bit sliders, a little bit Doctor Who sort of setting, where our characters work for an organization called the Estate, and they have a ability to translate to different realities. They're called recursions, and they're kind of these little pocket dimensions that are created through the process of fictional bleed, and they do protect us from this vast void location called the Strange, where giant planet-eating monsters are simply lurking in the depths, waiting to consume planet Earth. So in their mission so far, they were on a quest at one point to uncover a particularly unique and extreme cipher. They found it, and some of them got kind of stuck in it, because it turns out it turned on, and it created essentially a very large short-term translation portal that two of them were instantly transported through, along with the people that they were trying to chase or beat to getting to this cipher. And so Dale and Jade last time found themselves in the middle of a vast, large, wasteland-looking desert, an unpleasant location, full of sand, very warm, generally just not somewhere that you wanted to be. They also had some issues because the translation didn't go super well, so they were both a little bit out of it. So when this caravan of vehicles, that's probably the best word to use to describe them because cars might be a little bit generous. They do run on fossil fuels, but they are constructed out of the remains and parts of whatever was left from vehicles that could be found.
They're all Teslas.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Teslas.
They're rigs. We call
They're
these
rigs.
It's like super. It's short-sighted for them not to have harnessed solar energy at this point.
Yep. Well, you know, the calamity happened,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Books.
shit hit the fan.
It's like you read them or something.
I think
Nerd.
probably on the other side, just like a couple miles away, there
Yeah,
is
there's-
a perfect
yeah.
world that nothing bad is
There's
happening.
there's
to
a
it.
separate recursion, and they're like really closely connected. And one's the Utopia recursion, and then one's the like Apocalypse Wasteland recursion. I mean, I don't know. Whoever wrote these movies that caused this fictional bleed didn't think about harnessing solar energy. So you can blame them. for
Should
all
listen
of
to
the
Sunny D.
problems.
Boom.
That's the power of the sun.
Sunny D. Yep, that's actually it. It's not gasoline they use. It's just Sunny D. They use Sunny D.
And purple stuff.
And so they were captured by the drivers of said rigs, who sounded a lot like howling wolves as they arrived, and were transported to a nearby city, which has since been referred to as New Roma, and they actually were going to be dealt with very differently, but a brilliant idea from Dale in which he convinced their guards that he was in fact an oracle, full of wisdom and mystical knowledge, and so instead of being thrown into the pits or wherever else they were going to be taken, they were brought to Augusta Lupe, the leader of New Roma, also referred to as the Wolf, and were attempted to convince her that they were in fact an oracle, or that Dale was in fact an oracle, and the Jade was merely there to protect the oracle. That convincing didn't go quite as well, but it didn't go terribly, so they were kept as guests.
Yes.
Prisoners, not really sure. Prisoners in a very nice suite, with water even.
Yes.
And then were invited as guests to watch the festivities for the evening in the Coliseum, the fights in the Gladiator Coliseum. And we'll come back to that part of the story in a second because the other three arrived slightly later. Their translation went much better, but it appeared that Jade and Dale were long gone at that point. They did pick up the locator beacon that Jade had left behind, so that was pretty great. And they just started walking in that direction and eventually did encounter a group of motorcyclists, motorcycle gang, best way to describe it, called the Libera Forte, who were starting to drive them to the city so they could get there faster, they could rescue their friends. They were also then attacked by more of the Howling Hunters, the wolf pack that works for Augusta Lupe, and Pine, in his infinite wisdom, decided to jump into the vehicle that was attacking them in order to stab them, but it didn't go so well for Pine, and they ended up getting captured. The rigs belonging to the Howling Hunters drove away, took Pine towards the city, and the other two were left with the Libera Forte, who then eventually agreed to give them a motorcycle so that they could go after their friends and attempt to rescue them. They did caution them, so we'll cut back to motorcycle lessons. Pine was taken, had their hair cut, and had themselves branded as one of the gladiators of the arena because they looked stout and capable of fighting. They were given some shoddy armor and a helmet and some sort of vicious-looking weapon.
Is it a bucket? Did I get a bucket?
You basically got like a bucket with like a cutout and then
cool.
like pickle barrel, or steel barrel pieces, like a steel barrel pauldron probably. It's not really gonna protect you. It's just, it looks better in the arena. Like they gotta give you some style.
Gotta look cool. Yeah, I get that.
You
I get
gotta
that.
appease pickle sponsors.
If you're gonna die, better die cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Or warm, but you know.
Do I have a stick?
Yeah, we'll say it's like you probably were given they were like, what weapon do you use? And you pointed at like
The longest one.
And they were
The
like,
long
cool. And they gave you a stick with a sharp end.
Rope.
They gave you a rope with a
To
sharp
hang
end.
yourself with.
And they were shoved into the pit right about the same time, when Augusta Lupe stood up, gave her speech, and Jade got a little nod from Dale and went and shoved Augusta off the balcony that she was speaking from. And I originally had a slightly different layout for the Coliseum, but I went and actually looked up what Roman Coliseums look like because apparently I neglected that part of my research. So she was on the like sort of part that sticks out a little bit. It's probably like 10 meters. It's like 2 stories, so it's actually probably more like 6 or 7 meters from the bottom of the pit. So a lovely view, very close to the blood and the carnage. You know exactly where the Empress wants, or the Augusta wants to be. The box seat, the only box.
The only box.
There's other nice seats, but this is the box. And so it's kind of this like part that sticks out, sheer like a wall, stone wall. And then behind that and to the side are these sort of rounds of the seating where the rabble would sit in varying degrees of nice and expense, depending on how rabbly the rabble are. And with that, Jade successfully shoved her off, so she took a good chunk of damage, and has landed in said pit as the opposite door was opening, revealing a snarling cat like lion monster with some scaly patches and sort of a scaled tail and like with a barb on the end and kind of a longer snout with massive road reptilian teeth as it snarls and steps into the arena. And that is the scene that we will cut from as we go back over. So you can imagine, like, we're in the movie, right? There's the cheering, people are yelling, she falls, there's the snarl, and then smash cut.
3 and 9, 3 and 9, 3 and 9.
Why do you keep saying numbers?
It's like a clock.
Like a clock?
He's like a clock.
I would really love for you to focus on the driving part of this rather than the timekeeping part.
All right. I'm just gonna give it a little juice there.
Oh,
there it is. There it is. All right. That's too fast for me. All right.
Oh.
Here we go. All right. This should be 4 enough. All right.
Do you think that's it up there?
There's gotta be. There's nothing else between where we were and here, I hope.
No. I think we should disguise ourselves going in. That way no one knows who we are.
All right. There's a gang out here. I don't think that like I'm affiliated with that gang. It's just just being cautious. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna. Well, that's smart.
No one knows who I am.
All right. One other thing.
Actually, I'm going to just keep.
Just for safety, take off my jacket. Thank you. And I'm gonna bundle up my jacket.
Inan is watching.
Stuff this under your shirt.
Good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Okay.
I should warn you, I've never actually been pregnant, so I might mess this up.
Oh no, you're fine. Just pretend you're just constantly giving a hug. You want to protect what's inside you, and you just want to give it a hug and make sure that it's just in the safest place in the world. I'm also going to hand her my sidearm. All right? Grab onto the handle, keep your hand off the trigger.
She tucks it like underneath.
Yep.
She hides it inside the stuff.
Just right under there. Always keep your hand right on it, on the handle, not on the trigger. Just in case things go south, then that's when you put your hand on the trigger.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Do you exit the motorcycle and just kind of like leave it in the desert, or are you gonna drive it into the city?
Like kind of on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no real roads here. Like it's the difference between kind of sand and slightly more hard packed dirt. So you get to what you think is kind of the road leading, or the equivalent of a road leading up to this city, which as you get closer and closer and begins to kind of loom in the distance. It's this large walled structure. The walls look like they were pieced together with literally any material that you could find and then kind of bolt to another piece of material. Probably wouldn't withstand like any actual siege forces, but it's gonna do a reasonable job to like stop people from just walking in. And the wall sort of extends around and then eventually drops off, and you can kind of make it out. The city is basically on like a cliff edge. So it's one side is up to a cliff and the other side is walled, and that's how they're protecting themselves. So you're approaching from the walled side rather than trying to like scale up a cliff face. Options. And you get up closer and you can see leading into the road, there's really only one. There might be kind of further away like a second gate, but there's where you're at, there's really one kind of clear gate. And it's massive, it's big enough that like a 18-wheeler could drive through pretty comfortably. And in it you can kind of see like there's the gate and then kind of what looks like those sort of like turrety kind of guardhouses to either side. And what do you do as you approach?
Just walking with purpose. Do we see anyone or any figures walking or moving?
Yeah, you can probably occasionally see like they're windows in the sense that there's kind of like a cutout in the scaffolding or the structure, and you can kind of see like occasionally there are people moving past. You suspect this is the sort of thing where like you yell and the person yells back at you.
Okay.
Or you have like permission, or you already know how to enter.
Just walking straight up to the wall.
Inan's gonna just like loop her arm through yours and keep the other hand like tucked very carefully.
Tis the season.
There's no room at the inn.
Oh my god.
She's with child. It's the Lord.
Oh.
But what now?
Wait, was that for realsies?
No,
Okay,
yeah.
that was a goof.
Just do it.
Jesus.
Woman, accompanying male, with a mode of transportation, approaching someone, asking.
My motorcycle's name is Donkey.
I just realized. Show you how religious
Named
I am.
after
Just
Shrek.
met a bunch of wise men.
Well, yeah.
And Trix was very wise.
There
And
it
the
is.
oracle said that you would be coming.
Yeah,
Oh.
you were the star.
So we just need to find something monitoring some sort of animal. And
my
then
gosh.
Oh yeah, we've got one.
Fine.
This is our Christmas episode.
Suddenly it starts lightly snowing.
Hanukkah next
It's
week.
not, it's sand. It strips the flesh from your bones.
So yeah, just
So you
approaching,
approach the gate,
waving down.
You wave.
Yeah.
You see sort of like a shutter kind of lift up or something. That was like maybe a grate or something to kind of protect it. Someone kind of leans through the crack. Who's there? My tempted Australian.
It's today it's just me and my wife. Look, me and my wife.
They don't know our names. You can just use our names. I mean, I hope they don't know our names.
Hey,
Maybe we should use fake names.
yes,
What are you mumbling? I can't hear you.
I said it's just me and the missus. We're trying to get some shelter.
We come bearing news.
Do you come bearing gas packs?
No, but locations of them. They
Just-
won't know until after we're out, right?
It's not the same thing.
We can give some now and then, hopefully later, lead you to more.
Lead?
It'll be 50 for each of you.
All right, fair enough.
I can't.
I
can't.
It's fine. I just take out.
We'll meet you at the and it just sort of points down and then slam.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
see there's the big gate and then there's kind of a smaller one that's probably the entrance for like smaller vehicles, so you don't open the full massive gate. I don't pretend to do a good Australian accent.
But I do love
Doing
it.
great. You're doing great.
Blimey.
Put the shrimp on the barbie.
Hey, that's a bogan.
I want my
That's it.
baby.
That's all I got. That's all I got. And so you see this kind of the smaller entrance. This one's more like garage door sort of size kind of opens up. It's one of those like big gate and then a part of the smaller gate opens up. And you see on the other side, there are 2 people. They've definitely, like, one of them, they've got a rifle, and then the other one's got like some sort of stick with sharp ends would be the way to describe it, and just kind of like slung over their shoulder, and they're like, all right, bring us the gas packs and come on in.
All right. Here's 50 for Mrs. and 50 for myself.
They take it from you.
It's a shiny dugong. That one's a mook.
They tuck it away.
It's a okay. Are we just walk on in? Oh,
Welcome to New Roma.
thank you, man. I really appreciate it. All right. All right,
They,
well.
like, slam the gate behind you.
Okay.
They
Yes.
kind of exit to the side and go into what you presume is the guard tower.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, it's literally too easy.
So now you see, stretched out before you, the city of New Roma. And New Roma is not a nice city. It's best described as a series of like nestled shanty towns kind of piled together. You can see a lot of things that like you would recognize might have once been shipping containers and ramshackle parts of buildings, things just sort of stacked on top of each other, people building and making homes out of kind of whatever they can find. And all of it just is sort of piled into it. And you're definitely in kind of like the edges of the city. And as you go further in, from where you are, you can see like a slight rise as it goes up to what would be then the drop off for the cliff face. And in the very distance, maybe a kilometer away, you see this kind of large structure, and there's a tower right next to it. And the structure is sort of vaguely circular. Genre knowledge, you would probably be like, it's some sort of stadium, some sort of event space. Like, it's too big to really not to be kind of anything else. And you're kind of also getting these feelings of like, cool, there's probably some sort of activity that the people here get up to keep them entertained. And as you walk and wander through the streets, you're met with just a lot of people kind of ignoring you, especially in this part. Most everyone seems to want to keep themselves to themselves. Like, they're all in kind of gross and grody clothing, dirt and soot and oil all over. And they're doing everything from just like hanging out, playing a game of something that you don't recognize, to actively appearing to be doing some sort of job.
Quick question. Let's make sure I know this. So the sidearm is now with Anon.
Yeah.
I still have the rifle on my back.
Yep.
All right, cool. So
Yep.
they
You
saw
definitely
that.
see other people seem to have weapons.
All right,
It's
cool.
not like guns aren't very common. You don't see a lot of people who have them. The guard was probably the only person that you would have seen who had one, and they definitely would have given you, like, especially for your rifle, they kind of would have given you like an up and down. But it's a walled city, but it's not necessarily here to, like, if you cause trouble, someone will probably just kill you, and that's fine.
Oh, cool.
Oh, civilization.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't, you paid to get in. You paid the toll. And so, yeah, you would definitely notice, like, other people, most of the weapons, it's, a machete or some sort of, like, heavy stick, a bit of metal with, like, a
Nice.
spike on the end of it. It's a lot of, like, what can I cobble together with what I can find.
Cool.
Sticks are in.
Sticks
right
are
now.
in.
Sticks
They're,
are
they're
in.
metal pipes, though. It's like, it's like a
Sharpened pennies.
Yeah.
on the end.
sharpened pennies on the, jammed into the end. It's like a mace. It's like a
Nice.
pipe with, like, sharpened.
Made of just like shitty money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what can
Someone
you buy
literally
with
just
a
has a bag full of coins, and coins are useless.
They're
now. It's just
useless.
Bam! Just smack people with like your sack of money, because that's not really money.
No.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon. It's all trading cards.
That's fair.
Different places have different currencies.
I have a Sammy Sosa here,
Yeah.
so I understand.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So are
Yeah.
like people with the magic card, like, is that market just oversaturated? Magic.
That's Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's like it's different currencies. So like some people won't accept different types of cards, depending on perceived value. It's not a great economy. Most of the economy is run by who is the strongest.
Yeah.
Who has the most can kill you power. Yeah. Well, I
suppose we should start attempting to talk to. Anon's just like trying to catch people's eyes to like start a conversation.
Oh yeah.
To figure out like where they should go. 'Cause
Right.
she doesn't. I don't think she knows the stadium piece.
Yeah.
Although she would know what a stadium looks
You
like, but it
see,
wouldn't.
like, to you, it's. You would know what a stadium looked like where you're from.
But it would be very different, I would think.
It would, aesthetically, it would be very different. But given where you are from, I will say go ahead and make it's demanding, so 9 or higher. Like,
I
just-
got it too.
Okay. Yeah, you see a large building in the distance, but maybe if you get closer, you could recognize it. Like you could hear things, you could see the visuals of it. But from where you are, it just looks like a kind of round, scaffolding, vaguely metal-y building.
And just to clarify, in character, we do know that they were being taken to
The Libera Forte suggested that
That's where-
Pine was probably going to be taken to the pits, to the
Alright.
fighting.
Right.
Because they're like, he's a warrior, like that's probably where he'll end up.
What?
Somebody around here has to know where the fighting happens.
Well, that's kind of points. I was like, only there.
There? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Oh yeah.
Looks like a piece of junk.
Stadiums are usually lighter. There's a lot more color.
Oh no! Look around us. It's all just sepia.
And I'm like,
Shades of yellow and to brown,
Yeah.
with like grays and beige and some black in there.
and I'll just weave her arm back through yours and be like, well, all right then. All right then.
And we're off.
So, question for
You find it a little tricky to drive through the city, just because everything's really dense.
Oh, I'll just walk it.
and I won't, I think, cover our ears while you're walking then.
Are you gonna sit on it and walk it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, never mind. And Anna's
Actually-
sitting sideways on it behind you.
There is probably a main road. I'm just thinking like it's all vehicles and stuff here. So yeah, there's actually probably more or less a straight shot road between here and the tower.
All right,
So you could drive down that.
let's go.
So, why did you go straight to pregnant?
Um,
Just wondering.
Yeah, just gonna let the defenses down. I mean, like, we seem more vulnerable right now. Especially, I'm hoping there's someone here with this ability not to, attack someone with child.
Oh, is that usually how things happen?
Hopefully.
Fair.
Seems smart. Also, you can hide the pistol in there.
Very handy.
Yeah. Remember?
Good mind on that.
Thanks.
What?
Huh? Well, just thanks.
Yeah, no.
We are bonding.
And An's like, what? She's like, oh, yes, no. I'm sure we're bonded. Is that what it means when you're married? You're bonded?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that bonding?
Yeah, it's a bond between folks, and depending on whatever matrimony you want, but it's kind of outdated. But it's like people still do it for like tradition and sentimental reasons, and it's just it's tricky. It's tricky. Yeah, it's. Wow! Look at that shanty over there.
I fuck you! Don't look at my house!
Hey, look at yours! If I want to look at yours. Hey, napkins.
Ah! Well then, now that we're bonded.
Yeah, you see, do you have family?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Right. Oh.
but they're rather upset with me right now.
Oh. Much for doing all this stuff.
Well, yeah, they would much rather I went into the family business, but sometimes you just have to do what you want.
Oh.
See places like this. Learn about event stadiums that look like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. So what's the family business?
Oh, managing everything, really. I think you call it politics on Earth.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Oh, I thought it was readily apparent.
But you seem like a like a fancy Sheila, but it's just like it's just I don't know. It's words.
Sheila?
Yeah, it's
Is that how you call it on Earth?
in some places I assume that it also translates over here. It's
Fancy Sheila.
yeah, my vernacular's been changing every time I seem to be moving.
That is really insightful.
It's really weird. Sometimes
I
it just
mean-
goes in and out. Wow.
It must be because of all of the going in between the recursions. I mean, I can only imagine the toll that it takes on someone after a while. I seem to translate differently each time, but the core of me is the same, give or take.
Huh.
Do you find your core is the same?
I wouldn't know.
What do you mean?
Like, what? Like, your core, like, someone like your soul.
Like who you are as a person. Like I always want to travel again. I always want to see what else is out there and you know.
Yeah, I think more than lines just like I just want it to stop. You know?
Oh,
It's like
I'm so sorry.
no, I mean it's just like I had a good thing going and it's kind of like this is like a weird chapter in it and I just want this chapter to be over and things to go back the way they were before. You know, it's just a bump in the road.
How awful. Well, how were things before?
Oh, fuck you too.
Get out of the road! No, get off the sidewalk!
You know, it's just had for what it's worth, like a normal life. Just working a job I kind of like, and with someone that you love, moving into like a next step of things when things are gonna go great, and it was nice. I just kind of want that again. It was nice. It was stable. No surprises. Just nice.
Yeah.
3 and 9. 3 and 9.
That's important. To have people that care about you and people that you care about.
Yeah, just folks. You do anything in the world just to make sure that they were okay.
Are your folks okay?
I don't know.
Oh,
They're going to be though. They're going to be.
well, I'll help.
Thank you.
So, I'd like you to give me just a quick speed test, 9 or higher.
Ah, 9.
Exactly 9. You hear just in time as coming up behind you on the road. You hear that like deep honking sound of like an 18-wheeler, like the boom boom. That doesn't really seem to care that you're gonna be in the road, and you kind of turn around slightly, and there is a massive rig and like 2 sort of flanking sets of smaller rigs coming behind you, and they appear like they would like to run you off the road.
Well, it's just like
her arm around
hey, I'm just gonna do a quick nope.
Okay,
Just get out of the way.
so swerve to the side. Give me a driving test of some kind. This is you have enough time to react to it. So it's I know, right? It's a let's make this 12. It's difficult.
7.
The vehicle like clips the side of you as you just manage. You both go tumbling and sprawling into the ground, and ooh, baby. Yeah, your baby. Your baby. Are you
My
saying your
baby.
baby falls out?
Yeah, I got a 6.
And you'll take 4 points of damage
Ow.
as you skid and slide to the ground, and your motorcycle like crumbles to the side. And you see several people like in these vehicles. They're all driving past, and they're cheering and they're yelling and screaming. And when you look inside, like you notice there are several people that look like they're like tied up and captured. And they're like, "Ah! We did it! Woo, woo, woo!" You know, they start howling and yelling as this 18-wheeler and its entourage just goes down the road and continues in a straight shot towards the Coliseum.
Based on how traffic and things are moving, how fast like is this going? This is kind of like
It's probably like a 20-mile clip, 20-30s.
Okay. You
Like,
okay?
they don't care. You get out of the way or you get driven over. You see people like scattering to the side as they're coming past.
Guess we're walking.
I can't believe that. They clearly captured people. More people.
Yeah.
This must be what they do. They just run around capturing people and doing things with them.
You have a knife on you?
No.
She chokes the baby.
I do still have the gun though. I assume the
oh, no.
baby dropped a little bit because
Yeah.
I got a 6,
Oh, yeah.
but it didn't like fall all the way out.
She just sort of.
Oh, explorer's pack. Is there like a knife or anything?
Yeah, I'd say it comes with like at least a standard pocket
knife.
Yeah.
Use the.
Which here, let's be real, it's a fucking machete. Like it's a small, like
That's not a
solid,
knife.
like
That's a machete.
7-inch blade.
I.
It wouldn't be like a tiny little flip blade. Like it'd be a knife. It'd be a good knife.
I'm just gonna just do a quick puncture on the gas tank of what's left of the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And put whatever fuel's left in there and just drain into the canteen I was given earlier.
Cool.
And then
Don't accidentally drink that later. But
No.
yeah, you fill up.
I put an X on it.
It's not a ton left, but there's enough to fill up like a
Mr.
like
Yuck
a small
sticker.
canteen.
Okay, cool. All right, and we're off.
Okay. So I think with that, we're gonna just cut to you getting up to the Coliseum, and as you're approaching, the cheers are getting louder, and actually it's gonna be relatively easy to get inside. From what you can see, like there are people just sort of flooding in. There's a bunch of main doors sort of open, and as you get up, it's like a stadium. There's several kind of entryways, and they're sort of sending people in. You do notice though there is like a basic security check. Like it's not like a bag check, but they turn away a few people that have like clear, obvious weapons on them. Like someone comes in with like a big old stick with a thing, and they're like, no, because they don't want a large 200-person crowd to be armed. And anyone that they kind of like a couple of people they seem to like pull to the side and kind of give a pat down. But there's basically as you approach, kind of several. There's a big line of people that eventually sort of splits off into a few different entrances as they are all attempting to get inside this massive Coliseum. And from inside, you can start hearing these like cheers and yelling as the volume is increasing. And we're going to come back to you when they catch up with the three of you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're ready.
Ooh.
Oh, honey, let's just get there so I can sit down.
Oh yeah, we're almost there. Are we in line yet?
I assume you guys show up and you get in line. Yeah.
Okay,
Unless you do something different, yeah.
I just want to do one thing before we hop in because I see them doing the security checks.
Uh-huh.
I want to duck around to any nearest like corner or whatever.
Whoop.
Right. And
Pull her to the side.
and take the extra cloth I got and just start ripping it up.
Okay.
And then all the extra stuff
At
just
this
like
point, I
start-
want to point out extra cloth. Do you mean like your shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
My shirt.
And on his just
my,
like
my
she
other
leans-
sleeve.
She leans back against the wall.
I just want to
Just
be
like-
clear
just
what
like-
the cloth that you have
Wraps.
available is, and it's
It's the infinite hand wraps.
okay. I want to point out only narrative purposes
Yes.
cannot be used for mechanical benefits. They're very specific.
So it's gonna be
For narrative.
It's very nerdy.
shirt, kerchief, poncho, and if anything Anon has left that can she'd like to donate to the cause. And
She has a couple strips of scarf.
Oh, are you making her rounder?
No, not yet. But I just start wrapping all the bandages around the rifle.
Okay.
And then just like more stuff, and if there's like a stick around, or like it's like a, is there a stick around?
Probably find a pipe.
Yeah, find a pipe.
A crappy pipe.
Wrap the pipe around the butt of the rifle.
Okay.
Wrap my leg up,
Okay.
hike it up.
And Anna's gonna wait.
So
till
you
the
shove
last
this
minute.
rifle down your pant leg.
No.
Oh no,
No,
I'm using
okay.
it as I'm wrapping up,
As
make it look
is.
like a crutch.
Okay. I would like you. Yeah, you're gonna disguise, but typically in this, because they're not gonna roll to notice, you're gonna roll when you encounter them,
Okay.
and it'll be against their perceptiveness.
Dope. Ooh, yes.
Inan's gonna wait till the very last minute to hand you any. She's just gonna keep wait to just let you keep ripping stuff up and finally be like, what? I mean, unless you want to take your pants off too, which I am 100% on board with.
Oh man, she's.
What?
Thank you. but no, I should keep my slacks.
Oz blush.
I mean, as much as he could. And I head into line. And are there like clear lines or just like mass of people? Like is this like Six Flags or Disney World?
Oh, this is Six Flags. This
All
is
right,
no
cool.
fucking Disney World. Like this is the throng of people trying to board a flight, like sort of level
Getcha.
of organization, and people just like jostle you, and they're gonna kind of push you, and they're all gonna try and like no one really lines up, and it's just sort of they kind of pull people forward and just like motion them through in kind of groups and. Yeah, it's just like, okay, all right, yeah. As you get to the front, anything you're gonna do before you get to the front?
I wanted to do the observation twist on just the people I'm heading towards to make sure I'm getting the security guard to look at
Okay,
me.
and that makes everything one step easier, right?
Yes, when interacting with them.
So eventually the two of you, is there anything Anon wanted to do before you get to the front?
Short of Ogle Oz, no. She just sort of like keeps everything, like she tries to keep everything tucked in. And she's primarily gonna do like if there needs to be any deceiving that happens, it'll probably be like her verbal, but we can run that skill check if we need to.
So the two of you eventually get like kind of ushered to the front, up to the front, and the security sort of looks at you and like, what's with the gesturing to your crutch?
Took a spill in my bike.
He always tries to just do the craziest things.
We're
having a new one.
I was on the road, getting ran off the road.
Those howling hunters.
What do you think? Am I
always
just got like
fun.
scars and like am I scuffed up a bit?
I mean, you all are. You're all in this recursion. Yeah, you probably did. Like, you landed from a motorcycle. You've got like a
4 point,
like
yeah.
that graze across one side of you. That kind of very clear like brush with stone asphalt equivalent.
Mrs. and I want to catch a fight. Maybe you kick the baby out a little bit earlier, no?
I've heard that happen. There have been many Coliseum babies.
Yeah.
Sometimes Augusta even recognizes them when it happens.
Friend Wicked,
It's a good omen.
my friend Wicked Craig, his wife took in there, busted out 3 triplets right there in the stands.
Ah!
If only it could happen so fast.
Not looking for triplets though, huh?
It's a lot of mouths to water.
Yeah, you're telling me. We can barely handle the two of us on our own.
All right, I would like you to give me both of you can go ahead and roll, and but because you're helping each other, I'll say each of you reduce the difficulty by 1 step, and then anything you have that helps you. We'll say this is difficult. So right now it's difficulty 4. For you, you drop it down by 2 because you have help, and your twist, anything you have related to lying.
My training and persuasion.
Yep, that'll apply. So you need to beat a 3.
I have deceiving, and I'll apply a level of effort and
Okay.
use my edge on that.
Cool. So you also need to beat a 3. 3 or higher.
10-4.
A 10 and a 4. All right.
Really
They kind of take a moment and they're like, you know, they think about it. They think, you know, they look at you and they're like, hey, let me give you a quick just a check, you know, and they do that, but they very clearly don't touch your belly, and yeah, and they also just kind of like pat down, like you're basically shirtless at this point, so they don't even pat you down.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I've got it. It's procedure.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
If only
All
you
right,
could make it
have
less
fun.
uncomfortable.
I hope you get some blood splatters on you. It's supposed to be good luck.
Blood.
So you wind your way through, and it's kind of, you know, it's a stadium, but it's, you know, sort of, there's like the outside sort of vom kind of area, or not vom, the kind of outside corridor area, and then it leads into voms that go into the raised seating, and it basically just rakes up seating from probably, I would say they keep it a solid like a story off the ground for the pit, so the pit is at least like 3 meters deep because you don't want any of the gladiators climbing out.
I can jump that.
Oh, you can, but there's also, and then you can see like there's guards posted around the edge. So like if a gladiator tries to escape, they just shoot you. Yeah, there's several guards like kind of posted around at the top and around at the bottom. Like there's a lot of people that look like they are intentionally armed here. Do you guys try and go higher up, or do you try and go like closer to the crowd?
Closer down, I feel like, because we know that Pine has been captured to fight, so we would want to get closer in to jump in to help.
Yeah, but I think at the higher,
I
more
guess
up
it's
we
probably
are, we
2
can get a
stories,
better
so
look on them.
it's the same
You wanna
height as
look
the
at 'em?
box.
Well, higher up, we get a better advantage.
Oh, true, and then I could just freeze whatever it is that Pine's fighting.
So from a mechanical perspective, you would definitely be probably past long range, so you'll start taking some penalties for doing things out there. And anything you need to do within short range, you're not going to be close enough for.
We'll take the medium option.
Yeah, because long range is 100 feet, and like we're looking at a stadium, and like across the pit is 100 feet.
Okay, that makes sense.
So towards the top, or kind of towards closer to the bottom.
What would you prefer?
I want to be within range to lift something if I need to.
All right, closer to the bottom.
Yeah, so you exit out one of the VOMs into kind of the bottom area, and that is, as we bring it to the moment, as you're walking out, we will collide our 2 timelines together. You see a woman standing in this kind of jutting out section, slightly bumps out. You look into the pit, and you see a familiar person, except short hair, and a slightly different clothing, but like has the stature that you recognize of Pine.
It's our friend from work.
He's standing kind of in the pit as this woman is talking, and she's, saying something like, we'll have blood tonight, and she's, you don't really make out a lot of her words, but the crowd is yelling and cheering, and everyone's excited. And then you look over, and you're probably, we'll say you're directly across, like you came out, so you have just like a solid view there directly ahead of you. And so you're watching this as you see someone stand up, and it takes you kind of a moment, because it's probably like 150 feet away. Someone stands up, walks behind this woman, and shoves her.
Damn!
Over the edge and lands in the pit.
In the pit?
In the pit.
Freedom!
At that moment, the crowd, like, the cheering turns into a very different sound. Like, it becomes like half the people didn't notice because they weren't paying attention. They were staring at the pit. Like, half the people did notice, and they're sort of yelling and screaming, and there seem to be evenly split about whether or not they're happy or upset about this, depending on their opinions. It's that sense of, like, we don't know any better. She is our leader, and therefore it's fine. And you see the gate that kind of, like, at the... So we'll picture it as a clock, and you guys are at 6, and you're at 12, and you're in the center.
I'm the
You're in the
hands.
center, and then at 3 o'clock, you see this gate opening up to another VOM, and out of it you see this large cat-like creature with this sort of thick lizardy tail and like scaled patches on its underbelly that sort of merge into fur on the top. Yeah. What is this?
Meow hiss.
Meow hiss. Meow hiss. And it goes... And it steps out. It's very fierce with its big, meaty claws as it steps into this pit. And that is where we will roll our initiative.
Just to be clear, some lady fell on the other side?
You see someone fall into the pit. I guess you probably don't know who she is.
Royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no!
So I would like everyone to roll, and I need to figure out
What
how.
did you notice?
Ooh,
Dad,
bam! Pine is ready. Wait, do we roll a d20? Because otherwise we're going to be really sad.
Yeah, you roll in a d20. I know, it's not
Wait, what
not
are-
the last thing.
Well,
Okay.
I got a good roll, too.
I almost critted and then it went back.
I hate when that happens.
I got though.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. We're high.
Are
We're
we all
high.
high?
All right.
Alright.
So I'm just
Don't
gonna
tell
have you
anyone.
I'm
go.
gonna tell everyone.
We're secrets? Are we keeping secrets? Because I can't keep secrets.
I mean, you already
I'm trying to
told me.
decide how many groups I want to
I
split this
have
into.
I have a point of XP. Maybe I'll re-roll this.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
I think I will. For
You did it!
You did it.
You increased my
You got
one!
slightly higher. That's cool. It's
Best
really,
use
it's,
of XP ever.
it's really just an above or
Oh.
below. I'm just figuring out how many groups I'm splitting this into. I don't want to waste that many pieces of paper, so we're gonna do.
I think its butt should have been probably a lot bigger.
I like to think hairballs still happen, but they're like voles.
Oh,
like they
God.
have like they're like you know like how owls they puke
little
up
pellets?
pellets.
Yeah.
So I assume these meows also kind
their-
and there's like
their
little like
voles?
hair, but there's bones in there.
Oh, they said voles.
And like little scales.
The rat pills.
The rat, yes.
I
Those
also
are actually
assume
very
like
good learning tools for kids.
it can get distracted because it's like ready to attack and then it sees its own tail and it's like
They probably have like
All right.
a bell on the other side. They're like,
I think I've got a set
They
of
smother you in
cards.
catnip. That's what they actually say.
So first up, who had the highest?
me, I got 20.
Okay, so Oz, Oz, Pine. you
I
got
was
the
like,
top. Who is next?
Bonsai. Or wait,
Anyone
19.
above 15?
19.
19. So Dale.
I want it.
Dale's super
Anyone
fast.
above? Anyone else above 15?
Anon was also at 19.
Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Look how we roll.
And again, remember it's just kind
No,
of before or
it's all
after. So the
initiatives.
three of you will all go before. Anyone else above 15? Nope. Okay. Cool. Anyone above 12?
Ooh.
Okay. Anyone above 9?
Yeah,
What'd you roll?
11.
Okay. Do you have anything that helps you with the speed test or with the initiative?
I got a pocket full of moxie.
Okay.
And a
So one thing to remember, if you have things that help you with initiative, just easiest way is just to add 3 to your number.
Oh, good.
Because then that way, because I'm comparing it to their number rather than doing weird math because there's a group test.
cool.
Okay, so then Oz with an 11 and Jade
9.
9. Cool.
She
You
just
did a thing, and then yeah.
Although I did bump you 2 and 9 above a 9, which would
2
be better
and
than
9.
8,
2 and 9.
which was the last cutoff. I'm trying to
You-
look for the silver lining.
You have a 9?
I have a 9.
Okay, cool.
You get to
I'm gonna
plan
put you
your
there then.
moves ahead of time. Watch everything
Right.
happen, and then.
I also like Jade's gonna take a moment to be like, whew.
Yeah, you did a thing. You did a thing. All right, so first up will be Pine, Dale, and Anon. This is what you see. The large monster clawing its way, or slinking. I don't know what word this creature uses.
Scramble.
No, that's not. It's slinking isn't quite what it's doing. Just strutting. It's strutting.
Does it
strutting.
have back? It doesn't have back legs.
No, it does. It's like a part alligator, part lion.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's or almost like
It's
part
gonna have a lot of
dinosaur.
back problems. And
Part lion.
Oh
Like
my
it's that
gosh.
kind of lizard like reptile as opposed to a snake reptile.
Okay.
Yes, it's got
a
like
lizard.
back legs. But it's a lot shorter. It's kind of lower to the ground than a lion would be, but it's got like a
then I
weird
don't feel so bad
amalgamation of
about
those
moving it,
features.
but small.
Is it like stalking? Like.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like stalks into the pit. So
Oh.
Pine, Dale, and Anon.
Do I get any bonus for getting a 20? Do I get,
Yeah, I'll let you take 2 actions.
Okay, because I just want one of my action to look cool, and there's a reason. There's a reason.
I'm sorry. I need to restate what Claudia just said, which is that do I get an extra? Cool. I'll give you 2 actions. Cool. I want one of my actions to mechanically be useless.
It's not useless. There's a reason, and let me explain
Okay.
it to
Yeah.
you.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Pine needs to get all these people who are in the Coliseum with him to listen to him.
Oh no.
So when I say that,
Wait,
I
are
mean
you specifically referring to anyone in the pit?
In
with
the
you?
pit.
Okay.
So
The two like other gladiators that came in that look
Yes.
kind of weak and like
Yes.
spindly and like they're terrified of this giant monster that's coming towards them, like a normal person would be.
correct. I am
You were
trying,
trying to rally them.
Rally them
Okay.
by physically performing, which I am trained in.
Wait. What?
I
heard
have
that sentence.
I have a trained ability in physical performance, which could be dance, and I'm hoping in this one, twirling of my glaive.
I mean, I'll be real. As someone who does a sport called dance fighting, I can't not give this to you.
Good. And so I think Pine is gonna be like, he's gonna see like us to just get pushed into the pit. And then he's gonna just twist, stamp, and just try to make it look super cool, like, and then like kind of flick their hair, but they have no hair anymore.
Cool. I'm gonna say this is a difficulty. This is difficult.
Yes.
And you're gonna make it demanding
Yes.
with your skill in performing. As you try and be like, wait, what? to rally them to do what? What are you trying to get them just to make them
follow my orders in this?
Okay.
So kind of like a controlling cat.
Yeah, you're trying to get them to fight with you. Make them feel confident enough to fight with you.
Yeah, 2.
It looks pretty good, except then you toss the baton and then you're like twirl it and it like lands in the ground and you try and toss your hair, but there's no hair there.
There's
and they're
no
just
hair there.
really focused on the part where this creature's mouth sort of snarls and opens and like drool. And you see the drool like land on the ground and it's like they're like,
Oh, that's horrifying.
why are we here? Man, what if we just run now away?
It will run faster than you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, I guess,
Yep, with your other action, what
Yeah,
do you
I'm
want
going
to do?
to run and kind of place myself in between Augusta and the lion.
Okay. Are you trying to attack it, or are you just trying to
Post.
do what? You're just trying to post. Okay. I mean, you can move. That's
Yeah.
your action. Cool. You normally can also move and attack.
Yeah.
But all right, you run up to it, and then you kind of point your weapon at this, and it definitely looks at you. You're the first thing that moved in its line of sight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cat. They only see movement.
And
You stand really, really still.
Can I
They
just
won't notice you.
Let us smell you.
Yeah.
Empress? I just kind of questioning to the person behind me.
Good enough, she says from the ground. Just Augusta, it's the same thing. And functionally, the title means the same thing.
So
Yeah,
that
from the
means
ground,
Pines
just like
come closer to where
Yes.
I
Yeah,
am.
I'm right
oh
underneath
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Can I yell at her?
On your turn,
Okay.
you can yell at him. Yeah, Dale, and Anon,
Dale,
what are you two doing?
Before any of them, of the guards react, I'm going to shoot first.
Okay.
Because that's how I roll. Exception. And also freedom. I will just keep saying freedom from the dictator. Freedom from the dictator. Do not let them control you. Yes. This is
Good plan.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Very good plan. And I got a 2. That didn't
Yeah,
hit.
that's not gonna hit. I'm
Nope,
not even
nope.
gonna be like, what do you have that applies to that?
It's metal. You want to feel my
We are
metal?
the terrible 2s at this table.
Yeah, we wasted our
We
moves.
did
have
waste
a-
our early moves.
I used to have a ceramic die from Croatia, but it was stolen.
I know, that was the
That
saddest
was,
thing.
I know, that was the coolest die, man.
Okay, Anon, what do you do?
I think she's gonna try and lift it. How big is this creature, though? Like, is it significantly bigger than Anon?
It is quite large. Mechanically speaking, you can do 2 levels higher than yourself. Yeah, you're not sure you can do it.
Okay. So, does it have, is it wearing like a collar?
It doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay. I think then Anon's gonna pull the gun out from the baby and level it and be like, okay, and fire.
Okay. So this is a light weapon. And are you trained in light weapons?
I am.
Okay, so it'll make it 1 easier for you to shoot it. And do you have anything else that will help you with this?
I'm just practiced in light weapons.
Okay,
That's it.
so it is 1 easier.
Isn't it one easier just being a light weapon?
So only if you're practiced in light
Oh,
weapons.
okay.
If you're otherwise, it nets out to a 0.
Okay.
I learned this when I was building more characters because I was like, oh, it specifies what types of weapons you're practiced in, and otherwise there's penalties.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll, and
Oof, yeah, I got a 4.
that will not be good enough.
Yeah.
We used that.
You take a shot and you just see like a pock as a pockmark as like a bullet seems to fly into the arena and land somewhere on the ground. Fine.
Sorry.
Put the baby away, honey.
I actually know how to use this.
I mean, baby needs a nap.
Okay, so Dale and Anon both shoot and miss.
Defiantly.
with that, you see Augusta Lupe, she stands up, gets to her feet, and she just holds her hand out to someone and is like, "Give me a weapon." and then unfortunately there isn't anyone there. Actually, one of the gladiators like looks really scared, and you think they might hand a weapon to her, and she's like, she yells up to the guards, "Kill them!" Oh shit. And then she turns to you and she says, "You, gladiator, get me out of here and you earn your freedom. And kill them and you earn more than that."
And then I think Pine just like looks up and like
Freedom!
It's a
Freedom
straight wall.
dictator.
Yeah, you
Freedom
probably
from
can't
dictators.
quite see them.
Oh,
yet.
but would
Because it's a straight wall.
Would
It's,
he
yeah,
hear
from where Pine
me?
is, you might be able to see Jade, but
you
um,
would be able to hear
I
Dale.
would be able
there is
to.
a lot of crowd and yelling, so
Okay,
let's
so
make it
maybe
a
not.
roll to see whether or not you can tell us. All right. We'll say this is demanding, so
Okay.
9 or higher.
Next round, pumpernickel.
What is demanding? Is it 12?
9 or higher. So yeah, you look up and you just see like the corner of someone's face, and it's Jade, and then you hear this yelling of Dale.
Oh.
I think Pine just like, freedom, and looks up and be like, work.
Okay, you don't have to respond, but that's all she's gonna do. So she's gonna like go and grab a weapon of some kind. The cat, the lizard cat.
Sure.
Meow meow.
The Kizzard? That doesn't sound like a good word. It moves. It begins stalking towards you.
Izzard.
You're the kitty izzard, and it like does a massive leap, and it's just going to try and like jaws open and just swipe at you. It's gonna try and grab you with its mouth. So roll your defense.
Okay.
I'm glad we're up here.
What do you have to help you with this?
Well, I do have speed defense, so I can always use that
Yep.
to knock that down.
Okay.
And I have leather armor, so.
Cool. That'll just negate the
Libby.
damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Lizzie. Lizzie.
oh! Crit!
The natural 20.
Natural 20.
With that, you succeed as it comes in, and how do you stop it?
I think what I want to do is I want to do one of those, like, hold the stick up and then duck.
It goes in and like, and it like pierces the top of it, and I'll let it take a couple points of damage. As you are, as you stab it slightly with your beautiful natural 20. Okay, and it and like pulls itself off of that, and then it's going to. Oh, that's right. It can do two things. It's going to try and as it lands on the ground, it's going to try and swipe at you with its claws. It's a very big cat animal. It can bite you and claw you.
That makes sense. It makes me sad. Pine is going to.
But I promise you, it's better to be clawed.
Oh, you're gonna miss. It was a 16.
Yes. Okay. It swipes at you again, and you just sort of duck backwards in your beautiful, graceful maneuver.
Is there mild cheering from the gladiator fans?
Yeah, there's some mild cheering
Okay.
from the crowd. They're like half of the crowd is definitely watching this fight. Like this is what they're all about. They're like, "Ah, good, kill the cat," and other people are like, "I hope it rips your arms off." I love that part.
Get some blood on me.
It's my birthday.
And
Everyone stops
as
to sing.
that's my favorite part. Okay, and you see, they're not quite there yet, but you see a few people start moving closer into the arena, coming down one of the VOMs, kind of off to the side, not the same one that the cat came from. Probably, like, because the cat came from the 3, you came from the 6. This one's actually probably coming from, like, slightly behind you at the 9.
Okay.
And they look, from what you can tell, like they're also, like yourself, kind of armed as, like, gladiators in the arena.
They all want to get freedom.
Us.
After telling it, I'm like, hey, like, we have to keep this on the down low.
I'm going to fire again.
Oh, just,
I'm going to hit this time.
I want to just make sure you don't hit anyone else. Like the bystanders. Sorry.
Look.
I'm sorry.
You've got this.
Right, just.
Do something.
All right. I lift up my crutch under my shoulder, and I peel back a piece of the cloth
man.
later down the shaft.
Okay.
To let the little scope. And I
I'm
hold
gonna
it.
say, unless you fully unwrap the gun, it will give you a penalty to trying to use it.
I'm not shooting it right now.
Okay.
And then doing an observation on the cat,
Okay.
on the lizard cat.
How long do you have to observe it for?
I think it's like for a full round to the next time I interact.
Okay.
I
We can confirm
carefully
that.
watch any thing, object, person. On the next time I interact with it, it's a step easier.
Okay.
for the
Yeah, you
interaction.
watch it. You're trying to look for kind of its weak spot.
Yeah.
Like, where's its soft underbelly? Oh, wait, it's got a scaled underbelly.
No, my only weakness. My
Jade.
Achilles belly.
Jade.
And remember, in your groups, like you're all separated right now, so it makes sense to more do things in order. But as you move together, you don't all have to. You can act at the same time
Oh.
within your clusters.
What are the guards that are here? Are they all outfitted pretty similarly as far as weapons, or is it like I'm the knife guy, I'm the gun guy? And then...
It's probably 2 and 2. Like there's 2 people with firearms, and then kind of 2 people who have like sword-like melee weapons,
Okay.
or clubs and swords.
Because I think it's time for. Well, shoot, we got Pine in the.
I can imagine all of this is what's going through Jade's head right now. Just
I'm like, plan! Ha!
I didn't really think plan past
Pine
step
is
1.
in the So she's gonna yell at Pine. Pine! Captain, let's get out of here!
We're leaving?
Yeah, we are. Can you climb this wall?
Yes. Like he's just like flicks his knife so that it's clean up, or long sticks it's clean. Like yes.
Ooh, pole vault.
And then if I've got a guard near me,
Push him.
yeah.
You are probably the farthest forward. You'd need to it's none of their at this point none of their backs are to you, so it's not an easy you'll have to kind of grapple and then toss them over. So it'd probably
Oh,
be like
well,
a
then I'll
grapple
just
and
stab
then a
one in the
toss. It's
back.
2 actions.
I'll probably cut his throat.
Yeah, sure, you can try.
Do it.
Probably more than one attack, but cool.
I assume my knife has gotten bigger in this.
Yeah. Oh no. All weapons are gnarlier here.
Yeah.
Way grosser.
Yeah.
And less clean.
Yeah.
My bullets are boogers.
Full of tetanus.
Yes. If I don't kill him, I'll infect him.
Yeah,
Maybe
he'll die
a-
eventually,
Yeah,
but maybe
like tetanus
not.
or
Yeah.
staph infection or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, we'll see.
Roll it. Roll it.
I don't think I'm strong enough to do this, but I think I'd just be better off punching him in the head, honestly. But
You could do that.
yeah, I'll just punch him in the head instead. That's better. I'm better. I'm
Still better.
I mean,
It's just a dude. It's not a dragon.
What'd you get?
9.
What do you have to help you make it easier? You're using your fist, so it's a light weapon,
yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
practiced in all weapons. So-
I have no need for weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Which
so
is
that
different.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that means
Drop by 2.
So
I think that's I think the no need for weapons gives you more damage when
Right.
you roll with your fists. So it's not but as a vector I believe you're automatically practiced in all weapons. That's
I
just
think
a class ability. Okay, so it makes it 1 easier for you. And so you succeed in hitting him. How much damage do you do?
Punch him in the
4.
4 damage. Okay. Yeah, he reels as you punch him in the side of the head.
Ooh, punch him.
But sort of rights himself and is like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna come for you next.
Cool.
You have their ire now. Okay, with that, it is their turn. So one of them, the one you shot at, he looks at you and he's like, draws out his pipe with spikes on the end and comes at you and swinging, being like, ah! And it's gonna smack you. Go ahead and roll your dodge.
1.
No!
Cool. Perfect. I'm gonna use my free GM intrusion.
Oh, am I going in the pit?
You're going in the pit.
Oh, damn, I'm in the pit.
As he swings up and just bops you right kind of like in the torso, and
I saw this
you
coming.
were yelling and you were oracling like at the front of the crowd trying to get their attention, and then you do the kind of, you have a windmill moment, and then you fall and land in the pit. So instead of the damage you would normally take, you're gonna take from the fall and then also from the hit, so you'll take 5 points of damage.
Owie. That's even with the, well, does my light armor help?
Yeah, whatever armor it is subtracts from that number.
So light armor is, okay.
As you slam into the pit, Pine, as you like turn around to climb up, you see Dale fall.
Ow.
Dale! One with words that are sometimes great stories.
The other guard is gonna punch back, so go ahead and roll your dodge.
Yep.
If you have anything that makes it easier, let me know.
15.
Yeah, you succeed. He tries to punch you, and he kind of like fumbles for his melee weapon. The other, unfortunately, you're now alone with 3 guards. So one of them is going to ignore you. They're going to move forward.
Okay.
And they're going to take a shot at Dale in the pit.
Ah! I'm the Oracle, stop!
Yep. But you tried to murder their empress. So they're not super cool with that. And then the other one is going to take a shot at you. So both of you roll me your dodges.
Wait, how many guards are there?
There were
3.
4 on the balcony.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, 6.
6.
Do either of you have anything to help you make it
No.
one easier?
Don't you don't have speed defense?
No,
As
that's
a-
a specific ability.
Oh, I
you
thought
can
that was for
pick.
vectors. Oh no, because I'm graceful.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So
I'm a
both of
cushion.
you get hit for 2 damage.
Oh, 1.
Not worried.
A light armor does
Okay,
minus
for-
1, right?
These are guards, so
Yes.
3. Yes. Sorry, 3. They just default. I forget how that they don't do.
Wait, so am I taking 3?
You're taking 2, well, no, with your light armor, should you only take 2?
Yeah, you take 2 total.
Okay.
In the end.
Nah.
So that's the guards. In the arena, the 2 people behind you, one of them is like, oh, my empress, yeah, we'll defend you, and like hands their weapon over, and then they're like, fuck, I don't have a weapon. So they kind of like run to the edge. They're going to be out for a little while because like there's like abandoned weapons in the arena. They just kind of leave them there in case, it makes a better fight if you can grab something from the ground. If you want, you don't want any of those advantages.
Like an old hand attached.
And the other one is like, my freedom! And like charges at the beast, but it's ineffective and just like stabs at it. They're not particularly useful. At the and that will put us to Pine.
Okay, so now we're at the top. So it's
Yep.
Pine.
Pine, Dale, and Anon.
Yes.
Anon's gonna actually, she's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna, and then she like sees you like scoping it, and she's like,
All right.
I think I know what you're thinking of doing, and mechanically, are you thinking of levitating Dale? Yeah, you can do that.
Oh.
that's why? Well, I mean, actually.
I mean, it'd be cool. It's gonna work with what I was gonna do anyways.
So we'll kind of say these both sort of happen at the same time.
So-
You need a roll, but I think it's probably a 3 because you're a tier 1 character, and also willing. So we'll make it just a don't fuck it up roll.
Okay.
Oh, please don't.
Oh God.
Ah. Oh
The
man.
other die. I need to use the other die.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh,
What
is it
did
a
you
1?
roll?
no! It's a 4.
Okay, you're fine. Why would you do that to us?
Because I panicked and thought I had to have a 6.
No. 3 is the
Oh,
base number.
okay.
So you take a look. Describe what you're doing, and then Dale, this is what you will notice. And as you are like, what do I do?
Okay.
So she hands the gun to Oz so that he doesn't have to worry about unwrapping, and then she's like, and she tries to like essentially scoop and lift him up,
Oh.
and
Dale, you feel yourself like lurch from the ground. You're probably still like lying on your back because you haven't had time to stand up, and you just start floating up in the air. And you can control the movement, right? You can move them.
I can't necessarily control the movement, but if they were to propel or push themselves, they would be able to.
Right. So you kind of pull them just a certain amount into the air, and then they stay in that spot.
So the way I'm imagining it is when he landed on the ground, there would be some sort of bounce, and she's trying to catch him on the bounce.
Okay, so you're kind of just like, you just start hovering, like you're just sort of floating slightly off of the ground.
Slightly, not like at least.
You would need to push yourself up, but then you would be able to.
Oh, okay. Then if I'm floating now. This is the perfect moment. I will go ahead and push to arise and say, "See, I am the Oracle, the wizard. I know I'm gonna say, this leader has lied to you. She is bringing the drought. The drought. Augustus is doom."
What the hell is he doing?
So yeah, you push
no
yourself off the
idea.
ground, and as you're kind of being held
They have
suspended.
put her in charge.
Oh my god.
They have taken the water.
I totally forgot to give you guys. Oh no, you got your sheets. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're doing okay.
You, as you get, okay, one of you grabbed the sheets and the other table did not.
We did not.
So you need to roll a deception.
Thank
All right.
It's not. Oh goodness. I mean, this is.
Get a bonus.
You get a bonus. So I was gonna say it's intimidating because you're trying to convince an entire civilization to turn against their empress.
Oh, yes.
Whether you succeeding does not mean they all turn against them, but you will sow seeds of doubt.
Okay.
But now you dropped it down to challenging.
Challenging. I mean, no, seeing through lies and deception doesn't do
Definitely
anything.
not.
Skeptical doesn't do anything.
You could apply effort. It's an intellect task.
I will apply effort to this. And then, okay.
So now you need to roll a 12 or higher.
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Please.
Oh, please. 13! I am the Oracle, the wizard! Listen to me!
So yeah, the two of you and Pine, who has no idea what's happening either, see Dale like push themselves off the ground, begin kind of sort of awkwardly, like it's not graceful. It's a lot of flailing and floating in the air. And it's impressive. Like the crowd, you hear like murmurs amongst the crowd, like people like, what? Like next to you hear be like, what? But I thought Augusta was the source of all the water. What is happening? Water? What? And then you just like you hear other people being like, "Stop! Less talking, more bleeding!" And there's, but yeah, some of the crowd seems kind of galvanized. Like a couple of the warriors are like, I don't know what to do. So that is, Pine. Have you gone yet?
No.
No. Okay. So Dale and Anar. So Pine, what do you want to do?
I think we're just gonna like. I've noticed like. I think Pine was going to leave, and then like Dale fell down. I'm like, guess I have to stay in here.
Get some stabbing.
Yeah. And I think he's just gonna like. I think he's gonna try to like somehow move himself to protect the people around him, and just try to make another jab.
Okay, you're trying to attack the monster. All right. Get it.
No, it did not work. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Oh.
It snarls as you lunge at it, and it's like. Unfortunately, you are now a floating beacon.
That's my
in the
fear.
air, Dale.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're a floating beacon in the air, calling for a revolution. So yeah. Okay. Lupe, hearing that,
It's okay.
just points up at Dale and yells at the guard, "Get that one first!"
Ah!
Oh God.
Why, Dale?
And she is going to. I mean, she doesn't want to be in the pit. So, and then she yells at one of the other ones, and like she's like, "And get me out of here!" And she's gonna start climbing her way up the wall, because she doesn't want to be in the pit. That's not a place where she wants to be.
Remember,
The
it's
monster doesn't understand commands and sees something stabbing at it, so the monster is going to ignore Dale and go for Pine.
Yeah.
Because Pine looks delicious.
Yeah.
Snarling bite. Go ahead and dodge it.
Okay. 15, and then I get a bonus in speed defense.
You will succeed in dodging the bite. It snaps at you with its jaws, and you gracefully move to the side, and then it swipes at you with its claws. So go ahead and dodge that.
Let's use the shiny gold dice.
The shiny gold dice.
15.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You are dancing around this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You see at the other end of the arena coming towards you are 3 more kind of gladiator-looking people. Like they must have come into the arena slightly after you and your crew of scared minions. And one of them, like, she doesn't even seem to hesitate. She just screams like this guttural, vicious yell and charges at the monster, the creature, and just like, ah! And you see that her weapon is, it's a big stick and kind of at the end what looks like maybe sharpened like metal signs and it's almost axe-like, and she just careens down and lodges like a slice into its side.
Ooh, impressive.
That's her. The other ones behind her, they seem a little bit less with it, less excited. They kind of remind you of the ones that came with you, like, it's like the impressive gladiators get like the unimpressive lizard food that come with them.
Yeah.
And one of them is actually they don't act on this turn.
Just don't even.
That brings it to Oz.
Would it be a full action for me to pull the bandages off the?
Yeah,
no.
I'd say you'd need to take a full action to like fully unwrap all of it.
Okay.
Enough that it wouldn't be a penalty to use.
Gotcha. And around me, everyone's just kind of focus head on, looking at the action in the middle of. Yeah, there's a flying person now. Why not? Yeah. I start to undress the rifle. And line up the shot, but now someone hit the kitty.
So it floats immediate range. So you're probably like 5 to 10 feet in the air.
Oh.
Yeah. So you do. It does float up. It can levitate up to like 10-ish feet.
The cat?
No, the levitation.
Oh.
Yeah. I just double checked. It's immediate range, which is about 10 feet.
Cool.
Give or it's in reach, so it's probably more like 5.
I wonder if I can grab the ledge.
That was
You
what
are
Anon
not-
was originally trying to do, was get you up.
You could move towards it, but you'd have to like do like
Doggy
an
paddle.
awkward like swimming because you don't have anything to push against because now you're in the air. So if you could like someone threw you a rope or something like that or a stick or you're not like in reaching distance of it because you went.
It's like space.
Yeah, you're kind of in space. You need to have a force.
But if Pine pushed you.
I'm
Okay,
just gonna whack.
so Oz, you're unwrapping.
Yes.
Jade.
All right. There's so much going on. Is Dale near me? Could I like yoink him?
You would need to like take a full action to do it, and probably need to get something for him to grab a hold of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you would, or potentially you'd have to lead. Like, you're probably looking at like 5-10 feet-ish away, so like enough that like you could do it, but it's like a perilous reach over the edge.
And the guard I'm fighting has a melee weapon.
Yeah, the guard you have, like one of them has like a sort of a machete. I'll say the other one. We'll say one of them has a spear, but not the one that you're fighting.
I'm going to punch the guy I'm fighting again.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my time this time.
We're gonna make sure this happens.
I'm gonna take a -1 penalty.
Okay.
Was it?
This.
So that means, and
reckon.
that will negate out your light weapon, so 9 or higher.
I'm just using my fist.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
light weapon.
Yeah.
Your fists, your fists are normally make it 1 easier, but when you use this ability, it makes it 1 harder, so it just nets out to nothing. So no change
Yeah.
on the difficulty, unless
Ah.
you choose to apply effort.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Great.
Nice.
I'm not rolling very well. 9.
Yeah, you have to meet or exceed.
Okay.
So bam, pops him in the side of the face for how much damage?
5.
Okay.
Dang.
They're not super happy.
Poor guy, you're just punching him reading.
Maybe he should leave.
Yeah.
There's so much going on.
There's
Like,
a
do
lot.
I yell at Dale? Do I yell at
There's a lot.
Pine?
This is not
Anon is obviously here somewhere.
You're captain.
Yeah, you see Dale's floating, so you're like, okay, Anon's here.
I think I yell at Pine.
No, this is
Pine,
Dale's power.
you and Dale get out of the pit.
Oh. I have been chosen.
I think Pine for a moment thought Dale was the chosen one in this world. He was the Oracle.
I am the Oracle.
Good. Okay. Let me reset everything. I
told you I know all. I'm the wizard.
I've got to figure. I forgot to calculate how much damage happened here. Okay.
It's all my power.
So with that, that will bring us to the guard's turn. So one of the guards, you see, he's got like a spear, and he kind of reaches down, and he's gonna help Augusta up, and so she kind of tumbles into the balcony area.
Even with her negatives?
The negative is only one action. It's
I
not
thought
a
it was
permanent.
continuous
No, it's their
permanent.
next action.
Dang it.
Wait, she's back up.
Yeah, so she gets
Oh, man.
pulled back up by the other guard. The guard fighting you, he is going to try and now he's got his weapon out, so he's gonna
Yeah.
try and clock you with his swipe at you with his weapon. So go ahead and dodge.
I shout something petty like, "Yeah, you need a weapon,"
He's like, yeah,
and then I yell back at him. I'm like, "I'm unarmed."
Oh, well, let's make you two unarmed. More unarmed. And he's trying to slice you. Roll your dodge, woman.
10.
He just misses you. He's like, "You stupid. Ah! He yells into your face.
Your weapons are
The
woods.
two gunslingers have a floating target. And they're both gonna take shots at Dale.
Maybe Dale.
Dale needs to dodge twice.
Dang, hit scam.
11, 19.
Okay, they both succeed.
Wait, they both miss.
You succeed on missing both.
Okay.
So yeah, you flail to the side and flail to the side.
Flail, Dale,
as
flail.
the bullets trace past you from these guards.
You cannot silence the Oracle!
With that, the other two fighting the lizard, they're gonna go in at it.
The other two?
The gladiators. Although one of them definitely heard the command to and pointing at you. So I'm gonna say a couple of them are probably gonna target you.
Again.
But they're throwing weapons and they're not very good at this.
Okay.
So yeah, you gotta dodge.
Discuses are
How
hard to
many?
throw.
How many? Because I got.
Two.
Okay, just 2. 16 and a 4 though.
The 4 manages to swipe you with and it's not a particularly it's a 3-point damage as it swipes at you as they manage to hurl it in.
Oh, Jesus.
Actually, this one's only 2 points. Sorry, these guys are really not good. All right, different ones.
Flailing.
So yeah, they throw it at you and it slices the side of your leg. And they're like, yeah! Oh, for the honor of the Empress! Or the Augusta! And I keep forgetting. That's what they call themselves. The other two are going to go in on the monster, but they're really just there to distract it.
Oh, good.
Sort of. It swipes at them a few times and they kind of flail around. Pine.
Are they rodeo clowns?
They're just So one of the interesting complication or parts of the system is that all NPCs have flat numbers because I
Yes.
never roll. So they are a lower level than the monster, meaning that theoretically they can never hit unless I decide they have a reason to make it easier.
Okay.
And they don't because they're shitty.
So just to get the space, that's what's happening
Yeah.
right now. Let
So
me recap.
we have Dale floating about maybe less than 10 feet off the ground. We have a giant cat lizard monster.
Okay.
Actually, this is where we'll probably pause and take our break.
Yeah.
Giant cat lizard monster with 4 kind of crappy gladiators fighting it. Some of them are fighting it and some of them are trying to attack Dale. There's you. There's one
Yeah.
other good gladiator with an axe.
Okay.
And then on the balcony, there are 2 people with guns and 2 people with melee weapons, Jade and Augusta. And in the crowd, there is Anon and Oz,
It's me.
unwrapping weapons,
Doing a
trying to
stellar.
shoot things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that is
We could
where
use
we
a
will
sniper.
take our break in our combat.
Line up the shot.
Oh boy, it's a mess, and it's
this
a
is-
beautiful mess.
Oh.
It's a beautiful mess.
There's
So we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna read any
Yay.
donations that came through in our
Yay.
first half,
Ugh.
and oh god, some of them look like I might have to read them in terrible Australian accents.
Yeah. Get it done. Nope, that's
It's
not it.
refreshing.
Yeah. Get it done.
I appreciate the
It's reloading. It's reloading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, where does it start?
Probably today.
It does. Yeah, no, that was 2 days ago. This is 2 hours ago. Okay, the
Oh.
first one is from William TW with $15 ad. Missing that horse between your thighs in the wasteland? New Roma's Road Gods has all the hot rods. And whenever the need arises, feel free to come stroke our 2 strokes. I mean, Pine does miss the feel of that horse between his thighs.
Mrs. Horace.
That's beautiful. Spikes Inc. with $10. Buy Spikes. They stab. Enough said. I feel like that's a solid advertising campaign. Spikes Inc. You
Hey,
really, it's
they
really,
stab.
it's to the point. It's very clear cut. I feel like it's pretty sharp-witted too.
Cha-cha.
Sorry, the show might end at this point, so I'm gonna read this one quickly. Crunkly Twerkmantic with $5. It's your boy! Skadoom! Just dropping an early message to say that you're all amazing and wonderful. Rails are suggestions, and XP is for closers. Big props to the one, the only, the original, Darkly Dabtastic. Hashtag Sassmaster presents.
Okay, stream's over, guys. Not half the episode. We're done.
I like Sassmaster. Is that a title you earn, or do you have to kill the last Sassmaster?
I think so. I guess it's Sassmas presents.
Sass.
Sassmas presents, not okay. I followed. I got it.
Sassmaster.
Sassmaster.
Imagine it's like a pun duel.
Sassmaster.
Who runs Barter Town? Sassmaster.
Master runs Barter Town.
Cool Livy with $100. Hi, I just wanted to say how much I'm glad you are on here. Your content is really great and gives me a smile when I need it. I hope this helps. Thank you so much. Thank you for helping us pay our cast and our people and our behind the scenes and cover our rent and all of those cool things so we can bring awesome content to you. And I'm really, really glad you find this funny. Stabbin' Terry!
Yes!
$5. Wicked Craig here for Stabbin' Terry's Dingo Sticko Arena stalls. I'm trying Australian and it's already failed. We're glad you came to enjoy the playful murder of outsiders with us in the arena. This is Cockney now. Arena Town is a family place. My wife and I had our triplets just over in C-section. 10%
Wow.
off today.
I get the joke. Wow, that was
That
nice.
was beautiful.
That was really.
And then Flotsam Paradise. Tired of the sand scouring the flesh from your bones?
Yeah.
Your empress recently overthrown by some oracle nutter? You need to get away to Flotsam Paradise, a resort recursion with an open bar and all of the ruby rod you can handle. Translate now. Hashtag maybe bad babies. I really want to do a Flotsam Paradise. Oh my god.
What is it?
Flotsam Paradise is the cruise ship from
Cruise
Fifth
ship.
Element.
Yeah.
That's like on the
yeah, yeah.
island with like
It's
the
like
opera
a Hawaiian
and
cruise ship.
Yeah, but it's in space.
In
I
space.
understand
Like
it.
floating
Space
above a water
Hawaiian.
planet.
Can we get?
Space Hawaiians? Yeah.
Space.
And those are our donations. Thank you so much. Can we what?
Can we get any like? I'm trying to remember any actor from that show, but I haven't been able to. So
Chris
the
Tucker.
Bruce Willis.
Chris Tucker. Can
Oh,
we
no.
get Chris Tucker
Bruce
on our show?
Willis, Chris Tucker,
Bruce
Mila
Willis. I
Jovovich?
don't want him.
Multipass.
Mila Jovovich.
Multipass.
Gary
Multipass.
Oldman.
Okay, I'm Gary Oldman, who can play anything. On that note, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We will be right back. We're going to take a quick break, go refresh yourselves, and then we will return for the conclusion of Worlds Beyond!
Yay!
Aw.
No, lightning half circle.
Hello, and welcome back. I hope you had a lovely and refreshing break. We did. I believe candy was consumed and water and coffee and various other things. Cupcakes, perhaps?
Fondant.
Fondant.
It's the
Fondant.
worst.
As opposed to fondant.
Oh.
Yeah, fondant's fine. Fondant is the worst.
It's just it's like cement that pretends to be sugar.
Decorative sugar. It's
Isn't
not.
it supposed to be almond paste or something like that?
That's marzipan.
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 Fine.
is gross.
Fondant.
It is
There's
gross.
3 H's in the dant. D-H. Wait, D-A-H-H-T.
It's what Arnold
Do you
Schwarzenegger
eat
eats.
macarons or macarons?
They're totally different things.
Yes, I know.
So
One's
one I don't
coconut.
like, and one I do.
one
Anyway, hi everybody, welcome back. I hope again you had a great break. We're here. We're playing a game. This game is one in which the characters are in the middle of a fight. So a very quick summary: they have translated to a recursion in which they are basically living out the post-apocalyptic wasteland awfulness that is any post-apocalyptic wasteland, a la Fury Road, Shunkertown. Those are some like good touchstones for this particular setting recursion, like Waterworld but with sand instead of water.
Yes.
Book of Eli.
So Sand World.
With no chapstick.
That one, I think that one
Denzel
had more
Washington.
like mythological or like religious components to it, right?
There's like a religious like component. Yeah.
It's like that, but then without the religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tank Girl.
Well, yet.
Yeah.
We do
Tank
have
Girl.
a Messiah. Like, you gotta-
But with less bestiality.
Yep. Yeah. So basically, a lot of these things, but with less of things. And that's the recursion that they're in. They ended up here because they were chasing after a group who then disappeared because those people are annoying and screw it. Actually, Pine, you probably realize at some point that like at least 2 of the people that you are with you, like they might actually have been. One of them like might be one of the people that came into this recursion with you and didn't get to leave.
Oh!
'Cause you all, like-
You mean of the tree with one leaf?
Yes, of the tree with one leaf. Because like Jade and Dale, you guys were scooped up with a couple of other people.
Oh, yeah.
So at least one of them is probably one of those poor, unfortunate souls.
Did they get beat up? Because I remember I was with the people and I convinced them that the tree people were bad.
Yeah, they probably weren't treated any worse than
Oh, okay.
like everyone is treated pretty bad here.
Except for me.
Pine has no hair and a new sweet brand. Oh, sorry, a not good haircut.
Not good haircut. Thank
A
you.
not good haircut.
I wanna be clear.
Yeah, so at this point, Pine is in the pit, has been thrown into the pit as a gladiator. Anon and Oz snuck into the arena. Really, they just walked into the arena, but they snuck in their weapons in order to watch the fight where they believe their friends are. And Jade and Dale were guests of Augusta Lupe and are now targets of Augusta Lupe after they shoved her into the pit. And then Dale got shoved into the pit, and then Dale got levitated and is now floating above them. So Dale floating above, sort of 10 or so feet above the ground. Giant lizard lion hybrid that is fighting with Pine and another pretty competent gladiator. 4 less competent gladiators, and then 4 guards that are at the top of this balcony, and Augusta Lupe has been returned to the balcony. So with that, we come to the top of the turn order with Pine, Dale, and Anon.
I will try, and nobody minds. I'm going to gracefully
Okay.
float to the closest edge to get
So
out
you
of
have
this.
to. So essentially, what's happened is Anon is suspending you in the air. So you can move yourself, but you have to have some way of propelling yourself.
With my exception, can I exception at the creature behind me? That would force me to go that way, because space logic.
You also have danglies. You could use like a grappling hook, right?
Oh
Wait.
yes, I do have danglies.
Is this like space where you could throw something and then you go the other direction?
Yeah.
You would need to like shoot a like. It's not like space because it's not like 0G. But if you shot a gun away from you, you might propel yourself towards the balcony. Or if you had something, because you can't just throw something in space. You've got to like.
Yeah, I have.
Gotta have enough force.
I actually do have a light handgun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you could do
I
that.
keep many things in my danglies.
Just store them right there.
I just store them. All the things.
Yeah.
All right. I will. I might as well aim.
Dangles. It's not safe.
Aim. I guess at the
Hey, Chimera's not a bad word for it.
chimera kitty.
The lizard lion.
Lizard lion.
Meow hiss.
Meow hiss.
The meow hiss.
I will aim at that and hopefully propel myself.
Okay. I will
That
say
way-
this is a standard challenge.
Okay, standard.
Yeah, you need to like aim at something. Well, okay. Are you
I'm
trying to
trained.
hit it, or are you?
Well, I mean, I'll hit it. I'll go ahead and try to hit it, and then let
So-
the fates decide, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of put 2 difficulties on this. The difficulty of hitting it is its normal difficulty, and then but if you get a 6 or higher, you'll be propelled towards the balcony.
Okay.
So I'll kind of let you roll both of those.
So
into one.
even with the trained light weapon.
So that'll drop both of the difficulties down. So simple, and then the other one is difficult.
Okay.
So-
So
Roll
this is the shoot.
You were doing
kitty.
one roll,
Oh.
just one roll,
Okay.
and if you
17.
17, both things will happen.
Haha!
So with that, you take a shot, you aim at it, bam, and it's a 17, so you deal plus 1 point of damage.
Oh.
So
Neat.
light weapon.
Light weapon. It's a light handgun.
Okay, so that would be 2 points
Two.
plus 1, so
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of graze it. It's not a lot of damage, but you graze it. It snarls a little bit, but
I
it
did a
doesn't
thing.
seem to really notice where this shot came from. Like, it's very confused because there's 2 people stabbing at it.
Magic bullet!
And the force of your shot starts sort of moving you slowly towards this is assuming that Anan has chose to commit the effort to, or commit the points to maintain this. I think you need to succeed on a roll every turn.
I do.
Yeah. So, we will say you got to go just before because technically
No, you're good.
slightly higher.
No, you're good.
So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. So as
Alright.
you're starting to move
We'll see.
closer to this balcony, closer
Maybe
to this balcony,
it'd be funny if it drops me.
you don't have the action to like. You'll have to then grab a hold or like scramble
Yeah.
onto the balcony.
What'd you get?
A 9.
A 9. Okay. And you stay in the air as
Haha.
Anon continues to hold you in place. I think it's a difficulty 2
Pew, pew.
after that. Right? You need a 6
Um,
or higher after the first time.
Yeah, difficulty 2 intellect text.
And then I'll be able to grab the ledge and skedaddle.
Yep. So that'll be on your next turn. Okay. So that's everyone there. Lupe.
Pine
yeah,
would
sorry.
like to.
You're technically at the top, and then you don't.
Well,
Then they
it's 'cause-
go before you. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah, we're all together.
Yeah,
I think Pine is going to try to slowly like turn a little bit away from Dale, so like try to get the attention of the meow hiss
Meow
away
hiss.
from the floating
Meowis.
the danglies, and then is going to yell to the other gladiators, if we surround it and we all pierce it with our weapons, it cannot kill all of us. And is just gonna try to stab.
Okay, you're not trying to inspire. You're just telling them that.
I mean, like, let's be real. If we attack separately, we will all die. There we go. Now it's inspiring.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. It's a little better.
All for one. And maybe one for all.
Oh, you got a 1? Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So as you say that, and you're gonna go
Talk
in,
about
it just because it's gonna go on the next pass. So I'm just gonna say it just grabs a hold of you. Like you swipe at it, and it ducks underneath, and it just grabs your leg in its mouth,
this.
and it kind of starts flinging you up, and you feel like you're grappled. So you're gonna have to get out of its bite. I need you to succeed on a speed test.
I do have speed. I would like to commit 1 tier of effort. Wait, no, 2 tiers of effort
Okay, you can do that.
to reduce it. Because I'm
So
afraid.
now you need to roll a 9 or higher.
And I have train and speed defense.
Yep.
2.
Ooh.
Cool. So you feel yourself get like a little woozy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit woozy. You're still okay. You're gonna take 6 points of damage total from its
Okay. Okay.
from its attack as it bites you. I'm just gonna make this its action, so you're not gonna have to defend yourself because your failed attack can turn into its attack.
Yeah.
And then over that's from the initial bite, and then you're gonna take another 2 speed damage, as opposed to
Okay.
might damage.
Okay.
And that
is the speed damage affected by armor, or is this more
speed
like
damage is not affected by armor.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, guys.
So yeah, you feel yourself like it bites and it sinks into the flesh on your leg as it like pulls you up in the air, and it's like and it seems like it's doing that like almost like the Hulk maneuver, except it's just you're in its mouth, and you feel this kind of like venom start like creeping into you a little bit.
Oh God.
Okay, so it does it feel good? Like, does it feel bad?
Yeah, actually, let's be real. It's probably like that, like taking like a benzo. You're like, yeah, and so you start slowing down. You're like,
Does the world slow? And I'm like,
yeah.
I look at the ground.
Yeah, and it goes and like flings you to the ground. You're in its mouth, so you'll need to try and get out of its mouth, or you can just stay in its mouth.
I don't want to stay there.
At that point, Lupe, she sees you and sees all of this, and she's gonna just kind of back up behind her guards and grab a gun from them,
Oh, jeez.
and she's gonna take a shot at Dale.
Because I'm the Oracle.
Because you're the Oracle, she's gotta shut you up, and she's gotta prove that. So go ahead and roll your dodge.
Because you know the best way to stop any idea is to just kill the person who has
5.
the idea.
All right.
Ow, 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 ow,
I'm sorry.
Doesn't make him a martyr or anything.
She hurts. You're gonna take
Ugh.
5 points of damage.
Oh, that makes gives me a 0 might.
Oh no.
And that
Oh, wait,
means...
is that with level?
Nope, take your armor away.
Okay. Oh,
So,
never mind.
4. So you have
What?
1 might. Remember, you have recovery rolls, and the first
I-
one is an action.
No. We didn't. I thought you said we didn't. We haven't rested. It's still the same day.
You guys
rested up.
because-
Oh,
You
it
took a
hasn't been
bath.
10 hours. So yeah, whatever recovery rolls you did earlier.
So I have to wait 10 hours. The next one will
Okay.
be 10 hours. Or
You've
we
done 3 recovery rolls since getting into this place?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Dale has been hurt a lot.
It's true. Forgetting Dale draws a lot of attention to himself.
That is what Dale's doing right now.
Dale is
Yep,
always.
It's fronting the squishy.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not the best choice.
I feel
yeah.
like
Face
every
taking
that's even
wizard.
with my raised might. Every recursion, I'm like on the brink of death.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
invest in
feeling that
armor.
too.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe instead of danglies, maybe you should.
Maybe invest in armor.
Have
Okay,
metal plate
the
bits.
gladiator, she is going to pull the axe out, and she's being like, "Do you need assistance?" And she's just gonna slam it into its head as you are like, "Oh!" And as it does, you see it like she comes down and she slams it into its head, and there's kind of a moment where the two of you lock eyes, and you're a little out of it, but
Yeah.
like her face is fucking familiar to you.
Oh, that's
like
weird.
there's like a moment you're like, I'm looking at a reflection of myself. No, like her
that
face
can't
is a
be
little
it.
rounder, like, you know, her cheekbones are like, her jaw's not quite as square.
No.
And she sort of looks at you and she's like, Pine?
Wait.
She slams it. Yeah, you're just like, quick, slammed onto the ground. Okay, and she's gonna deal it some damage.
Quick,
And
quick,
Oz.
quick on the ground.
Oh, sorry. I'm probably gonna take my shot.
And maybe you're not gonna miss it. You're
Maybe
not
I'm not gonna miss
it.
Oh, you're doing it right. I don't know the words.
You know that song? Shot, 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 shot. So yeah, I've been lined up, focused on the lizard cat, and it's been taking some damage after that last hit.
Yeah.
How does it look like right now?
I mean, if there was if it had a mathematical definition of how good it was feeling, you would say it was like around half. It was
Okay,
feeling around
cool.
half.
Maybe a nat 20 might finish it.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the shot and drop some. I'm gonna use my lucky in
Yeah.
that, to get that effort into it. Using the rifle, practice with guns, dropped it from the observing, and let's do it.
Oh. Is it 20? Is it 20?
Did you
really? I did.
So I
have
look
the
at it,
power.
and I say, I forgot my accent. I don't say anything. And I say, raise the blade. I say, kitty, kitty, bang, bang, and I shoot.
Kitty, kitty.
You see, you watch this. It's a beautiful, precise moment, and you pop it, and it like between the eyes. So
9 and
with a
3,
natural
9 and
20,
3.
you deal +4 damage. What type of weapon are you using? Medium or light?
The rifle. What will the rifle be? Will it be?
I'd probably say, are you trained in medium weapons?
No, I'm practiced with guns, so all guns.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
used,
So
yeah.
in this case, yes, it wouldn't matter. So I would probably say it's a medium
Heavy.
weapon because you're
No,
using like
yes.
a hunting rifle, right?
Yes.
Like that kind of larger. So we'll say it's
Kitty,
it's a medium weapon. So that would be 4 points. So it's 8 damage total.
Plus
Wow.
the extra point of damage from the practice with guns, you inflict more damage.
That is right. So 9 damage, and you also regain your points spent. So the effort that you applied to this roll
I'm so
gets
lucky.
regained. So with that, very
This
lucky. So
time
it's 9. Let me figure out. It
Shoots
has.
the kitty in its head.
That's really not the
False
effective way of doing
apart.
this math, Lauren.
Is there?
This.
Oops, I shot it again.
I lost my whole house in a recursion. Oh baby.
Oh, baby,
It's
baby.
heaters, and
Oh!
It looks and it's like, ugh.
and you think you might have finished it off, but you're not sure if it was you or just like the other poor gladiators who will now like just start like pin cushioning it as it seems to like teeter and kind of do this thing where it just like eventually collapses to the ground. Between 4 of them, they can get its last point of damage. I will give the crappy NPCs that.
Nice job, NPCs. You
And
earned
the
freedom.
monster, like you feel yourself released from its jaws as it just goes slack.
Oh, good.
And Jade.
All right, to recap, Dale is like in really bad shape because he's been shot.
Yeah, and he's kind of still floating in the air, and he's a pretty big target.
Kitty is unconscious or dead.
It looks dead.
It's
it
dead.
looked like there's blood coming out of its like
Okay.
a bullet hole in its skull.
I've got Augustia and her guard, and then there's a guard I'm fighting, and then there's another guard.
There's 4 guards and Augusta
Grab
on this
onto me and
balcony.
get a full retreat. Flip
You
down.
guys could also like a way you could probably run through like the gladiator.
Are the doors
areas.
open?
Yeah, because
I assume if
Oh,
we're
yeah,
running
they would
into
close.
the if we're
Yeah,
running
they'd
into
probably
the
close
gladiator, like where the gladiators come out from, I assume that's a dungeon.
Ooh. Yeah, it'd be kind of your underground area. You could also, the exit from like your balcony. I would probably say you're right. The gates would close behind you
Okay.
as you enter the arena. You could also try and open them.
So
I'm double checking if I have to be able to see something to shatter it.
Yes.
so here's what I would.
How would you know what it is?
Captain, my captain's
I know that
favorite.
there's like something behind the door holding the pins holding it together
Oh.
to shatter the pins.
No,
and
I
the
think
door
it's
falls.
I'm pretty sure most of the things in this are things that you can see.
I assume that the area that they're keeping the gladiators probably has a higher level of security than where the audience is coming through.
Oh yeah,
just
for
from
sure.
Yeah.
You would definitely do that. I mean,
You
like
could
obviously
jump,
the 2 of them
rappel
know.
with me.
Yeah.
So you could jump off the balcony into like the crowd. It's still a jump, but that is a way to get out too. Like
I
you
mean,
could get from the
she
balcony
could-
into
well,
the
It
crowd.
would
So-
soften her blow if she grabbed me on the way down to
That's true.
like
True.
Oh.
Yeah,
slightly.
you could do that and then kind of pull the 2 of you down. I'd say it would slow it down a little bit because you've got some resistance from the levitation.
So here's what Jade's thinking. So, because Dale is her immediate concern, and
Bleeding,
yelling.
yelling.
So, I think she's gonna like turn and like try to just rush Augustia and like grab her and take her over the balcony.
Oh,
So she moved away.
She
So
did
she
move
moved
away.
back towards the entrance to the balcony. Like she's not dumb. She got
was
pushed
hoping she
off
was.
once. She's also standing behind 2 of her guards. Like she's letting them kind of flank her.
Man, if I had 2 good arms, she'd be toast.
Yeah. She moved back into a still visible but defensive position because she knows she doesn't want to lose face. That like I need to still be here because I shouldn't run, but I also like am gonna let my guards die first.
Is Dale close enough for me to grab?
Oh
and
yeah,
pull
at this
in?
point because Dale moved himself closer
Yeah.
for sure. You
Yeah,
can grab Dale.
yeah. So I'm gonna disengage from my guard, bob and weave, run over to Dale, pull Dale up.
Okay, you get Dale away and kind of like
I'm gonna yell at Pine. Pine, get up the wall! And I'm like, you're coming or you're not, whatever. This is like,
sister's here.
great, bring her! Hope
You
she
cannot
brought a bike.
silence the truth.
yelling.
about the
And
lazy
yeah,
people.
we're just gonna book it for the exit.
Okay, so you'll start running on your next turn. So the guards, they are obviously going to attack the two of you. That are,
Go for it. I will try to take whatever. Like I'm gonna try to protect Dale.
okay, so you're
So-
kind of doing.
Yeah.
So I'll say one of them will take a shot at Dale, and then the other three, like two of them, they're gonna try and melee, like
Yeah.
engage with you, and then one's gonna.
Don't
take
worry,
a
Captain,
shot.
I can handle it.
Like, choo, choo, choo.
Yeah, you're like Wonder Womaning this over here. So
Yeah.
you've got 3 to dodge, and you've got 1 to dodge.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
13.
Okay, so you will succeed in dodging. Dale, you like duck
Great.
in behind. Jade, what's your first one?
I got 7.
Okay, and you have nothing to help you with defense, right?
No.
Okay, so that one will hit you.
I got 6.
Oh wait, actually no, both of those will miss. I forgot their number is 6
And
Okay.
10.
and 10. You succeed in dodging all 3 of them. Oh wait, no.
I was like, there's no way.
No, they're the
There's no
6s were the gladiators. The 9s are. So you dodged 2 of them.
Okay.
So
makes
one of
sense.
them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. You will take 3 points of damage.
That's fine.
It's like, I don't
It would be great to be fine. I remember.
as one of them, and we'll say it's the like, you know, you dodge a bullet, you dodge a sword, and then like someone comes in with a spear, and you didn't account for reach, and they like get you in the side. With that,
Wait. Which side did they get me in? Did they get me in my bad side?
Ooh, roll. Do you want a D2?
Yeah,
D2.
let's roll.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
they
tell
get you
me
in your good side.
my right or my left.
I rolled yes or no. They get you in your good side.
Can I have a D2?
What's a D? Can you pass that over here?
Ready,
I
ready?
really
It's
wanna see.
really creepy.
I don't know. I'm worried.
Oh,
I didn't break anything.
Good news. I caught it. And
Nothing happened.
Don't tell Anna.
Don't tell. I didn't do
until
anything.
Anna. We didn't break anything while Anna wasn't here.
It wasn't my metal dice.
I rolled unless you would like to roll for it. For which side they got you in?
You said good side.
Okay,
so.
we got you in your good side. Is it?
Oh man,
Comes in with a spear.
I feel it on the good
Yeah,
side.
you feel it. You
I'm
feel it. It
dying.
hurts.
I shouldn't have tossed
It
it.
hurt a little bit. It was blood and stuff.
Oh, because in this recursion,
I have a D3 too.
so because no, okay, no, I figured something out. It's fine.
Okay. Does it leak motor oil? Like, okay. It's just like, cool.
No, because it's my good side.
Yeah, it
it's
would
gonna
be
be
blood. Yeah,
but
your
if it was
bad
bad
might
side,
be-
it would totally have
be
been
like
motor oil.
Yeah. So the gladiators in the arena are like, "Whoa, we survived!" And they're just gonna lord over their victory on this monster that is in the pit. Pine, you're on the ground.
Yeah, it's released me, so
It
I
has
can
released
stand
you.
up.
Yes, you may stand up.
Okay, I'm going to walk to who I think Quake is.
They're literally right there because
Okay.
they slammed it in the skull and then it got shot. Like they have not moved.
Great. I think
They're like-
Pine is gonna do that like, and just like like stab it in the spear in and feel face.
There you are, Peter.
Pine, why are you touching my face like this?
Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay, brother?
No, I think in the sky Pine was high right now.
In the sky.
Like, are you Nick Caging this?
Yeah, like she's sort of like rubbing her face and it's kind of gross. And she's like takes your hand and kind of holds it.
Do
and,
you
like,
have the
this moment.
sage?
No. Do you?
No.
I could be.
The steps are long. We continue to follow. Will you come?
Yes, I suppose.
Great. There's not many horses.
I know. I have experienced their wheeled contraptions.
Yeah. Oh, have you? He's like, I will tell you more about where I am now. Posted. Post haste. We have to get out of the pit.
Oh, yes, we do. You first, brother.
All right. I think Pine looks at a wall, and like I assume that the wall is the tallest near the Augusta's
Yeah.
platform, and
Yeah.
so I think Pine is gonna take a like 1, 2, 3 stick kind of leap trying to get in
Okay.
to the other side.
So I will say this is a difficult challenge.
Okay.
And what do you have that will help you with this?
I am very good. You can either choose running or balancing. This might not be either.
I mean, it's kind of climbing.
Okay, well, I don't have that. I don't have that, so you.
So Anana's not lifting
Nope.
Nope.
anymore. As
to
soon
let that
as
go.
Pine goes into the air, can she try and levitate him so that like the motion
Yeah.
keeps up?
Go ahead and roll your levitate first. We'll say it's the same thing. You need a 3 or higher.
You're gonna think that you're just
12.
tripping.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Pine doesn't necessarily know what happens. You
No.
run, jump. So that like the fact that you're
9.
floating, yeah, you do it, and then you spring and you're like leap into the air, and you suddenly have a lot of momentum, and you kind of just keep going up at sort of an angle, and you're like you get slightly higher than you intended on this balcony, and you kind of see like on this balcony you see like Pine sort of start floating.
think Pine just, like-
towards you.
Holy.
It took him long enough.
Do I eventually get to the ground?
Yeah,
kids.
Enon would
Okay.
drop you once you're in a
Great.
safer.
Dale, what you gonna do?
What does a flashlight translate into here? Something maybe that's smashy.
Probably a flashlight, actually. I mean, they have
I
technology.
was hoping for flammables. Oh, it's okay.
You get a lot of oil lanterns, but I would actually imagine here, like, there are some batteries still left. But it's like a big one. It's like clunky, and like the battery is like partially exposed, and there's like weird wires.
Do you wanna
yeah,
blow something
actually, it
up?
might be a
Because
hand.
I
Like,
really
maybe
want
a
to blow
hand
something
crank.
I
up.
was
Just like the
trying
radio
to think
start
if I had something to blow up. But
You know what's
I
really
don't know.
flammable?
What?
Gasoline.
Do we have gasoline?
Guess what's in, like, there's gasoline in rigs.
Oh, in the chair. We could blow up the chair.
We did say last episode that the chair does move.
The chair does
The
move
chair
and
does
and it
have
goes
an engine.
It did, yeah. That one had flames in it.
Yes.
I definitely said that. Yeah,
That
there's
one has
100% a gas
flames in it.
canister like somewhere under the chair.
So, I mean, I don't think knowledge with computers will translate.
Definitely not computers. Nope.
Well, that's computer science.
You need like a mechanics.
We're
or
having this, like,
explosives.
conversation while we're, like, running. I'm like, you want to blow something up? I'd like to blow something
You
up.
haven't actually started running yet because technically
No,
on your turn you just got Dale like to
Gotcha.
the balcony.
Alright,
So
I don't think I can light it up.
Dale, you guys are
Only
still, like,
I had
kinda
a chance
clustered
to
in
light
the
it up,
corner.
but I don't. Unless I know there's a very terrible kick that I can use with
If only we had
premonition.
If only we had a canteen. and
Premonition will
gasoline.
give me a secret? No. No, it won't. All right.
I don't. You have to remind me of what that ability does.
The premonition is you learn one random fact from a person location that is pertinent to the topic you designate.
The topic isn't flammable.
So it's probably an action to do that.
Dang it. Okay, never mind. I am very hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say freedom and run.
Just start booking it into like that doorway that you guys came through to get on the balcony. So you're gonna have to run past the guards and Augusta, but there is no like attack of opportunities in the system. You're just kind of like
okay.
duck and weave and duck and weave.
I'm sorry,
and
I
you,
wish I could blow
You make
something
it kind
up
of
that I
to
don't
the
have.
other side of
We'll
them,
do
like
it some
past the
other time.
throne,
Wow.
past Augusta and the guards, and you just kind of move past them. You're still in their range, like they can still try and hit you. But
Okay.
you're gonna start booking your way down the
Yes.
hallway.
Would that be a speed?
If you want to, so normally you can just move, I think, up to short range.
They
Uh,
still
Can
But
I?
if you want to give me a speed test, you
I'll
can.
do a speed
yeah,
test.
You can try and go farther.
they still have the tracker, and I still have the tracker. They can still find us,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because Enon tucked it into
16.
her boot, I think, or something.
16?
Tucked it somewhere.
So you just book it and you start going down this hallway.
baby now.
Are you gonna try and lose them? Like go down at like a different turn? Because eventually this hallway will lead. There's probably like a couple of branches, but it also more or less leads directly back into the tower, which is what you know.
Well,
Do you want to see a couple of guards get clotheslined?
ooh, wait, but what do you mean? Oh, like, Well, you know
Up to you.
what? I'm sorry. Dale is very hurt, and he
No,
knows
yeah.
one thing is when Dale's in trouble, he books it.
Mm-hmm.
He books it because he's like, I've revealed too much truth. And now they're super wanting
That's
to kill
exactly
me.
what happened today.
I revealed too much of the truth, and now they are coming after me. I've revealed too much. They
They are the ones with the guns.
They are coming after me. They saw that I am the one. I'm the chosen one that will end them. I'm running. But also I'm yelling, freedom! Down with authority!
You're eventually now just yelling this in like a small corridor
Yes.
that you had walked down originally. So yeah, so you go past the balcony, you go through the door, and now you're kind of in the corridor.
Yeah.
And eventually, like you'll go straight for a while. It actually goes down, and then it just goes down kind of a flight of stairs. So you're running down this flight of stairs. Eventually, you'll get to a couple of places where you've got some options of which way you want to go. But right now, we'll just say the first turn, it's just one straight shot. And then your goal will be to successfully get away from them.
I guess I would also put like handprints of blood on the wall. Hey, don't lose me.
Wait.
Oh, so like you're just running your bloody hand along the wall.
It's like a
Follow
bloody
me.
breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're still behind me, right?
So, that was a non-Dalen
Yeah.
Pine. Lupe sees this. She's going to kind of stay with her guard. She's going to, like, curse a little bit. But they can't see, like, they can't really see Dale because you've kind of gone far enough
I
away.
am the fast oracle.
And she sort of curses and she's, like, turns to two of them, like, chase at, go get him. And then she's going to take a shot at Jade.
oh
All right.
no.
Does she have a cool gun? Is it gold?
Yeah, it's got gold bits on it and like a skull. It's no. Instead of a barrel, it's got like a snarling wolf's mouth.
And on the handle it says "No fear."
Yeah,
P-H-E-N.
yeah. Because no one in the apocalypse can spell because no one gets an education.
There's no public school.
There's no public school. So roll your
Maybe
defense.
it's in the gladiator pit. They can have public school.
15.
Okay, you just succeed as she takes a shot at you and you sort of swing to the side. The monster is dead.
I'm trying to think of something witty to yell,
Up,
but
down,
I
down,
have
A, B, A, B.
And you try and think of something witty. Quake watches you as you leap, and kind of looks and is like, "Oh, this is quite impressive." She, on the other hand, like she puts the axe in like its little sheath on her back, and then just goes to like climb the wall. Like she is
the muscle where
Yeah.
Pine is the
She is
speed.
trained in climbing, but not in balancing. And so she just starts heaving herself up this wall. And you see this gladiator, like, just sort of pull themselves up over the balcony and, like, tumble onto this balcony, kind of nearish you. And you take a moment, Jade, and you look at them, and, like, there's a weird, familiar, like, resemblance to Pine. Like, the same sort of basic face structure and kind of coloring, the sort of, like, black hair, although in this case also cropped short. Like, I think her hair also got cut.
Hers is a little bit more curly.
Yeah,
I
there's,
think,
like, some
but
curls
it's
and some
still
waves
short.
to it. It's, like, the short
Oh god,
hair.
they have the same haircut now. Like,
Yeah,
of
they
course
do.
they look really similar.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a weird family resemblance there. Oz.
Looking at the action, what's happening there, most of it cleared out except for the other NPCs kind of like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, they're all cheering, and then there's stuff happening on the balcony, which you can definitely see.
There's one lady you can shoot.
That's right. Yeah, maybe we should probably get out of here.
Oh, good idea.
Hit! Look at it! And just kind of like dip out into
Okay,
the.
so you want to like back your way out, and you're gonna spend your time kind of getting out of the. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you and Anon then out of the combat.
Nice.
As you start making your way out of the arena and kind
making
of
my way out.
heading back to the exterior, the exit. And there's a lot of people, like there are people flooding in and out. There's just a lot of chaos and commotion. So you can kind of slip your way into the crowd. No one's really going to pay you any attention. There's just so much going on.
Anon's gonna let go of the baby thing then give you back your jacket.
All right.
I'm going to pull these guys out too, because they're not doing anything. Jade.
Oh, yeah.
So we're running.
So you're going to chase after Oz. So you're going to book it off the balcony? Because you're
I'm
still
taking
on
after
there.
Dale.
Dale, sorry.
Yeah.
You are still on the balcony, because remember, your turns are not on the same time. So
Oh,
Dale
right.
took off
Oh yeah, no,
just
I'm
before
following.
you, and then you're going to follow after? Okay. Do you just run?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me a speed test. We'll say this is a standard task to just kind of run fast.
Gotta go fast.
13.
Yeah. So you begin tearing it down. You hear like the footsteps behind you of people running, and it becomes a chase. So what we're gonna do?
I probably like taunt Dale just a little bit, like I pitch my voice lower and be like, "I'm gonna catch you if you don't run fast."
You cannot silence the truth.
And since
I just want him to like
I'm gonna get
not get caught.
the guards are going to, two of them are going to peel
Leadership.
off. The other one now. They're gonna see you and they're gonna see Quake, so one's gonna take a shot at you and then the other one's gonna come and swipe it. I guess actually it would be both a melee. We'll say 1 and 1 left.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me your dodge and your train and speed. So
I'm trained speed.
this is a 6 or higher.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They take a shot at you in the air and you just like flail around as you are being levitated. And Quake, you see her deftly like turn away the other person's weird blade.
Quake is very good.
Okay, Pine.
Fine. I assume I've been released, so I can actually move now. 'Cause you
Yeah,
told me
actually, as soon as Anon left, you
Yeah.
like felt
I assume
like
not
sort of like 3, like the
damagedly
5
fall.
feet
Yeah.
onto the balcony, that because you like slightly surpassed it and you went, huh. That's actually probably why they missed, because you just dropped suddenly.
I think what Pine is gonna be like. No, I assume they'll actually just run past us.
So it's a balcony,
Yeah.
and they were here, and there's a door at the other end, and they
Okay.
just ran straight. So you guys came at the edge of the balcony, and the doorway is directly opposite the
Oh.
edge of the balcony, because
Yeah, well-
it's just like a jut out. So they just went straight down them.
Right.
So they were next to you, and then they ran away.
And we're gonna book it too.
Okay, so you're gonna chase after
yeah,
them.
I am.
So what I'm gonna do now is, instead of being in combat time, because we have the 3 of you plus Quake running through with the guards. You see like Lupe, the 2 guards that are following you. So you're gonna have some choice if you want to turn back around and engage those 2 guards and finish them off. If not, we'll do a chase, and I'll basically just have a certain number of successes to see whether or not they catch up with you.
Okay.
But if there's anything in particular you guys want to do other than just run to like try and, you have to explain to me how you're going to get away from them other than just outrunning them.
I will flip as many things that I can in my pathway behind me.
Cool. So, are
Everyone's
you?
just
I'm
running
gonna say
behind her.
like probably mechanically this works out pretty well because you're the slowest
Ha!
and Pine's the fastest.
Ha-ha.
So eventually Pine catches up to Jade, and then Jade and Pine catch up to Dale.
Yeah.
And Quake is probably somewhere in between like Jade and Pine.
I'm also trained in running.
And you were trained in running. So like you catch up to Dale incredibly quickly.
I do cardio.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
you scare the living daylights out of him. You catch up to Dale, and then Pine and you're also trained in running.
Yep.
And probably so is Quake. So the 2
Can I
of
just-
you,
Give him a piggyback ride.
yes, it will make it harder for you.
Yeah.
But
Can you
it's a
run?
question of whether or not
Okay.
you want it
Well,
to be harder for
I
you.
can keep
or-
up with you
Okay.
guys, but if
Okay.
I'm behind, I'm just like, if it's actually
Yeah.
good, so I can just keep
Yeah.
throwing stuff.
Okay, so the first
Um,
part is you're gonna kind of continue down just this long stretch of hallway.
Okay.
And then eventually you already drop down into kind of a set of stairs and like another long hallway, which you recognize as where you came in, because this appears to kind of lead directly into kind of the Empress area. When you go down the bottom of the stairs, you do see some doors off to the side. Like there's 2 sets of doors, kind of one going one direction, one going in the other direction, one on each side.
Can I yell to Quake which way is out?
I don't know. I've never been here before. I've been in the pits.
Could I?
So your choices. This is like one of those text games. You
Yeah.
can go straight, or you can take one of the doors.
So wait, right, left, straight?
Yeah. I guess it's not a door. We'll say they're just corridors going off in each direction.
Could I, running down this hallway, spend an XP to say that one of my danglies is like a Molotov cocktail? Just like put that, slows them down. Doesn't actually hurt them, just slows them down.
I will let you spend a point of XP to have a Molotov cocktail on you, or like, I will let you spend a point of XP to have. You still need a way to light it though. You probably have a lighter, and a thing of
or caltrops.
that you can definitely have, and I will say you can have that without spending a point of XP.
Oh, without. Okay.
Yeah.
I will
Caltrops are, yeah, you can have like
Let's
some
say-
like a thing full of.
caltrops in my danglies.
Yeah, and maybe they weren't intentionally caltrops. They're just like weird bits of like rock and metal that you're like, these are cool, and you just collected them, and you can just like throw them on the ground, and they will
Sharp.
definitely be like, yeah, small little sharp pointy things.
Yeah. Because you need to know when you need to get away from them.
Okay, so I will
Yeah.
say that'll give you a bonus to your chase.
All right.
to getting away from them. So that's +1 in your, or decrease of difficulty in your favor.
Okay.
What else are you doing? Are you going to go straight, or are you going to take one of the exits?
Wait, there's 3 pathways?
Do I, in my head, do I know which, roughly geographically, which... Here's my thinking.
Mhm.
I want to take the door that I think is... Because I know the city is built, like, there's the gate, and then
Yeah.
there's the cliff.
Yeah, because
So-
you got Coliseum and Tower, and then kind of cliff on the behind, and then like a handful of buildings there, which are probably like government buildings,
So
and then
if-
the city.
If I feel like one of those doors
Yeah,
is
you wanna
in
try
the
and get your bearings.
direction of the
Yeah.
gate, I would take that one.
Go ahead and roll me we'll say this is demanding a task to get your bearings.
11?
Yeah. So you know
There you go.
straight leads back to the tower. Like this is the path that you took. It went from the tower directly
Yeah.
into this part of the
Okay.
Coliseum. Like you went through some doors and some gates and like security and stuff, but it goes to the tower. And so kind of looking at it, you would imagine that the one on your left-hand side, that exit, would be in the direction of the city, and the other one would be in the direction of like the government buildings. So those are probably like the underground sort of way of getting in between these places without having to deal with the rabble of the city. You don't know how far the one to your left is going to extend, but that's going to take you in a direction towards an exit that you would prefer.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you guys grab the left exit. I will also say because you are not going straight, that gives you a little bit of an advantage because they don't see you take the turn. So you have 2 points in your favor.
Ah.
Okay.
And then so you're doing that. Pine, what are you doing?
Bolt the door.
I mean, is the door open?
There's, I think right here there isn't a door. There'll be a door further
Okay.
down.
Cool. I think what Pine is gonna do is try to like get a little bit ahead to be able to clear.
Okay, you just want to try and scout. I will say that'll be probably a benefit for later as opposed to this first
Yes.
check, but go ahead and give me a speed test. We'll say it's 2, so 6 or higher.
Okay, and I'm
So just
going.
book it ahead.
Okay. Okay, cool. Not that one.
Fuck this.
14. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. Pine is like kind of stumbling though, like, because
Because it's
it's a little bit numb. It's like running on a numb leg.
oh yeah, you're like you
Poison.
yeah, you took a little bit of speed damage here because you're like
Yeah. I assume it's just like running on a foot that's fallen asleep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like
yeah,
that.
you feel pretty good. Okay, so this is there's no like group test specifically. So this is going to be a test.
Okay.
It is modified 2 points in your favor. This is a difficult challenge as it is, so it drops it down to a standard challenge. So what I'm going to say is one of you rolls it, and then the other 2 help, and that'll add a +1 for each person. So +2 total to the number on the die.
Captain, you lead the way.
Captain.
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 I roll
Captain.
now.
Yep.
Captain.
Captain.
My captain.
So you need to get a 6 or higher, and you add 2 to whatever you rolled.
Oh, thank goodness.
7.
Yep, that'll do.
Yeah.
Good job, Captain.
So you like Dale drops like shit from his danglies. Some
Dale
of it
drops
might be fossilized poop. We don't know.
Yeah.
Pine like books it ahead and starts scouting the path, and you're like this way, and you like all turn down the left-hand corridor, and you just begin running. And you have 1 successful part on your chase. So we will
Yay.
come back to you
Okay.
as you begin getting away from them. And we're gonna find out what the heck Oz and Anon are up to
All right.
as you kind of make your way out of the arena, and you sort of filter your way through the crowds.
Right.
You tap your pit boy.
Yeah. Yes.
It's our little tracker.
Yeah.
We're tracking them.
I'm
There's trackers.
increasing the size of.
It does not do that.
I'm just gonna.
It's not a good
Does
readout.
that tell you
Alright.
north, south, like the direction?
It gives you like a
and-
direction and a distance.
Awesome. Wonderful. All right. Then we're gonna try our best to head to them. Best chance is try to just head directly out. I don't know exactly how we can get down into the pit, but that's gonna be a best chance unless. And I turn my head and do I see a guard?
So you are exiting the Coliseum right now. So you're did you go all the way out the front exit, or did you just go into the area behind the seats? Because remember, it's like the seats and then the kind of like corridor ring that goes around, and then the actual outside. So how far out did you guys try and go before you were doing this?
We left our immediate area in the seats, so I guess behind the seats is right now we're checking
Okay.
on the tracker to figure out where they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. So the first thing, you look at the tracker, and it kind of shows you, probably from where you are, like, oh god, they're like maybe 300 feet away from you. It does like kind of a diagonal distance, so I guess it's probably more than 300 feet. It's like 500 meters, kind of in one direction, and kind of like, but and it gives you a cardinal direction. They're sort of off at your like 2 o'clock.
Okay. Right. So we head in that direction.
Okay.
And I turn my head, and do I see a guard?
The first time you probably see one, there might be one or two, but in the like area outside of the seats that's really dense. There's a lot of people. It'd probably be the first time you'd see guards is when you're like outside of the arena.
Okay.
Outside the Coliseum.
Then we head to where the tracker tells us where to go.
Okay. Yeah, you continue moving in that direction. You kind of have to weave your way in between. The part immediately surrounding the Coliseum is less dense in terms of buildings, and they look, because the first section, like immediately outside of the Coliseum, it's all like food stands. It's all like people selling stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like merchandise, but merchandise.
It's a hand.
Yeah, it's literally, yeah. Some of the merchandise is like, it's from today's fight, and it's like a disembodied limb.
It's phenomenal what they try and sell here.
It's capitalism.
Imagine living in this. What?
Huh?
Huh?
Capitalism.
Oh.
This is like final stage capitalism.
Oh.
I assume.
Capitalism is awful.
It really is.
Look. They're
So
trying
beyond-
to sell.
Beyond getting to what are they trying to sell?
They're trying to sell a finger. Just a finger. I would think you would get more for the whole hand, but they chopped it up into all those little bits.
That's what they're trying to make the most bang from their book.
Oh.
So they take an entire hand, they divvy up the phalanges, then they sell each one.
You know an awful lot about this.
It's just basic economics.
Oh.
Genre knowledge.
I assume this is happening as we're like,
You're probably not like, it's hard to just like full on pelt the way they are with a run,
kinda-
because there's a lot of
excuse
people
me,
and you're kind
pardon
of like you have to kind of get through the crowds, and someone's like trying to buy some meat.
No!
What is it? Do you want a hand?
and not if it like shoot. No.
Oh, fine wares for the lady.
Hey, phone enough. It's what the
It
inside
makes
the counts.
Julian fries.
Oh, sure.
I stop for the fries.
But
Tupperware.
no, there's no potatoes. It's a trap. There's no potatoes here.
What's the point?
So you kind of have to weave your way through all of the stalls, and then eventually you get into kind of a different part of the city. Do you have a specific plan other than just getting to the dot? Is that your goal?
Getting to the dot, bringing that dot to the motorcycle, and taking that bike out of here.
Wait, how are we all gonna get on the motorcycle?
I don't know.
Obviously, we're going to find others.
Well, we just have to translate.
We have to find a small,
Oh, true,
quiet
we just-
place for
Yeah,
like
you
3
can find
hours.
somewhere for an hour, if you have all of you.
Yeah.
So you find somewhere safe for an hour.
Yeah.
So you
So-
could hide out somewhere in the city,
Yeah.
or like just
That would be
outside the
my
city.
pick.
I saw the seasons of deceit
Um,
already.
Okay.
But we need to get to them.
Cool. So you're mostly heading directly there. So let's go back to Chase Group. So you've turned down this corridor, and up ahead of you there is a door. Pine, you see it first.
Oh yeah.
The door is closed.
Oh no.
There's no one there.
Okay.
It appears to be empty right now. What do you do? I know. I put
Claudia hurts this.
the classic challenge in front of a group of RPG players.
So
A door.
Claudia hates this, but Pine is gonna just run straight into it, hoping that like the force opens it, because it's like one of the bursts. Like,
You could try.
shoulder it.
Yeah, you're trying to shoulder
Yeah.
check the door.
I don't even want to know if it's locked or not. I want to see if I can push it hard enough with my even if it's a little bit locked. Is it a stone door?
No, it's like metal-ish.
I
Yeah,
just
like
wanna be
everything- there's a
prepared to
lot of stuff
punch
is just
whatever
kind
is
of-
behind door.
Yeah.
I have to.
All right. I'm
So
gonna.
Pine has gotten there first because Pine intentionally went up ahead, so that like you guys could potentially
The first
deal
penguin off
with
the,
the issue.
iceberg.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're testing the waters over there. So you're trying to shoulder check the door. I'm gonna say this is
Split that party.
Challenging. So 15 or higher,
Okay.
unless you have anything related to shoulder checks.
Do you have a katana?
I have.
Shade.
Well, I definitely have I have an ability called Bash. It stays the targets, but I just want to put it out.
That's not the same.
But it says the word.
Yep. No,
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Okay,
Gotta roll
it
a
doesn't
15
work.
or higher.
All right. I'm gonna use some effort to bring it down. Use a little bit of I'm assuming might.
Yep.
Okay. And then we're gonna start to make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna roll.
Okay, 12 or higher.
No, I did not.
So Pine, you full bore into this door, and then you just go, ugh! And you see her as you're running down this corridor. You see Pine run into a door and just smack into it.
Oh,
Ow. I'm not gonna make you take damage, but it does hurt. Like,
No.
It's
Like, I think
sore and your
Pine is
pride
like-
is wounded.
Captain, this is a very strong door.
I'm gonna walk up to the door.
Yeah.
Is there a ring or a handle or any sort of...
Yeah, there's like kind of a pull, or it's sort of a bar kind of handle.
Oh yeah. I'm going to attempt to both. I'll try to pull it first, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna try to push it.
As far as you can tell, when you do either one, it doesn't move.
I did weaken it a little bit though, so it should open.
I turn to Dale, and I'm like, Dale, do you have anything for the door? I also I'm like, wait a minute. I look at the door. I look at the hinge because if it's one of those medieval style hinge doors that you literally just take
Pull
the
the pins
pins
out.
out.
Yeah, you could. I think with this one, it probably is. I would say,
Wait, which
it's
side
gonna.
is the hinges? Are the hinges on our side or their side?
I'm trying to think which way, because the thought process for this door is you're in the secure area, because this goes to the people who come into the spot that you're in either came from the balcony or the tower. So it's the
Right.
people on the other side. You don't want them getting
Right.
So it opens.
So the hinge
Actually-
is totally on our side.
Yeah, the hinge would be on your side.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna take the pins out of the hinge.
Yeah, and it's got a weird looking lock
Sure.
on it.
I'll
so.
take a rock to help tap it.
Okay,
if I need to.
This is standard intellect, so 6 or higher.
Why do I have a feeling of foreboding? 17.
No
Yeah, you
foreboding.
pop all of the pins out, and then you can and Quake will help as you just sort of shift the door to the side. And from here, you can see it opens kind of the door. You realize you open the door up, and you kind of look into this large room. And the large room has several vehicles in it.
Oh.
There's also a lot of people in there. And I would like all of you to just, I guess, give me a sneaky check
Sneaky
for
check?
how subtle you are. So
Oh.
this will be a 9 or higher.
Ah,
Oh. Nope.
18.
18. They don't see Dale. But they do see, I guess, the two of you. As you pull this door off of its hinges, it makes this massive, clattering, sort of loud noise, and you look and you realize, in this room, there's probably, it's not the main vehicle storage, but there's a couple of smaller rig cars and a couple of motorcycles in here. And there's at least half a dozen people. And several of them, they look like mechanics, and there's maybe 1 or 2 guards in here. And they kind of not all of them, but a group of them sort of turn and look at you and are like, "Hey, what are you?" Arr, arr, arr! You're trying to convince
I'm kidding.
Oh, it's just a bunch of dogs.
No, I'm trying to be
We're from this gang.
hey, we joking. We're from this gang. Unless that's a problem for you, and then we're not.
They're her people.
Yeah,
The howlers.
The howlers are her people.
Okay,
So I'm trying to give them hey, we're howlers too.
All right, yeah, roll me a challenging, lie howling roll. Roll for howl.
No.
Yeah, you just sort of stand there in the doorway holding part of this metal door that you just pulled off its hinges and bark at them. And the mechanics are just
Day, bow, bow.
hey, guards, we got intruders, I guess.
Dale, do your floating thing. Save us.
No, he's hidden. Don't reveal him.
I don't know he's hidden.
Wait a minute. You said mechanics.
Yeah,
How many
this-
guards do we actually have?
There's only like 2 people that look like they're armed in here. A lot of them,
Great.
like most of them look like they're trying to work.
I want to punch a guard then.
Okay, you're gonna have to run up to them and then punch them.
Yes.
So they're going to.
I'm not scared of mechanics.
Okay. So you're gonna run up to one of the guards who's kind of like sort of half paying attention, and then they're like, "Hey!" and they sort of get their weapon. Go ahead and roll to attack them.
Yes.
Ooh.
12.
Okay. Yeah. You pop them in the face.
Yep. That'll be 4 points of damage
All right.
for them.
Can I follow suit and just try to hit the other one? Like, we're moving into
Yeah.
fighting mode. Like,
Okay.
this is
You're
what
both
we
gonna
do.
go in and fight.
I will go to the closest
Where's
car.
your-
Yeah, you
Sister.
will.
She's here.
Yeah,
she
she
was.
was.
I
She's
hit
behind
with-
the two
I mean,
of you.
11.
11. That'll hit. And you're going for the other one.
Yeah. I'm a
How much
medium.
damage do you do?
Medium is 3, right? No,
Yeah.
wait.
Medium is 4
4,
points of
4.
damage. Okay. And you did 4 points too. Yeah, you kind of startle them, and both of them are like, "What?" and they like grab their weapons and kind of look at you as like one of them gets stabbed and one of them gets punched. And Quake is like, and sort of rolls her eyes and takes her big axe and then goes in for the same one that you're fighting.
Yeah, we work together.
She's gonna clock it for another.
Family.
So,
And that one is not doing particularly well. Dale, what are you doing?
Dale's gonna get and steal the closest car.
Okay, you like move over, and you like hop into one of these vehicles, and like you're trying to hotwire it or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
computer science, kind of.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and take a look at this. You see like there's switches and like buttons and a knob, and there's definitely like a pull lever and a
12?
wheel. I was gonna say
Oh, sorry.
it was
Nice.
it was difficult. So yeah, 12.
Okay, 12. Nice.
As you like, and you can like pull a series of things, and then you hear go 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 go, and there's a mechanic underneath who's like, "Hey, I didn't ask you to turn it on. What are you doing, Jim?"
I hope we're not missing any parts on that one.
Vroom vroom! And I will hit on the gas.
Okay, you'll do that on
Classic
your next turn.
Jim.
Just
Sorry.
turning shit on.
So, Jade and Pine, both of you are gonna get clocked by the 2 guards who are like, "What? I guess we're in a fight now."
That's okay.
They can definitely try.
So roll your defenses. You both need to
How
beat
about
a 9, and for you, you need to beat a 6 because you have speed.
I
defense.
have the best weapon. 6. It's called a
You
car.
just do.
12.
And you do as well. They are like, "Huh, what? And they're like, what is happening? I was not expecting this today. And I'm 1 day from retirement. So what did the 2 of you do?
Do I can guess the Dale got in the car, right?
Vroom vroom!
You do hear vroom vroom very loud.
And is there anything keeping us from leaving in a rig? Is there any sort of gate we need to open or?
You do see like there is a large door. It is currently closed.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably like it's something that you'd have to open. Like they don't just leave it open.
I'm gonna head over when next chance. I'll head over to that and try to get it open.
Okay. So yeah, you can do that now, or you can choose to fight back.
I'll punch him in the face one more time.
Okay. For good measure.
10.
That will do it.
Really?
Pine will also
Yeah,
swipe at
they're 9 or higher.
Yeah. So Pine will just try to I think Pine will just go for legs, because just to weaken. We need
Okay.
to get going. 18. Bada
Yeah.
bing, bada boom.
So 4 damage plus an extra 2 damage from it being special, so 6 total. Between you and Quake, you'll definitely finish that one off
Okay.
as you go in and stab it. Dale, what are you doing? There is a closed gate between you and what you assume is some sort of exit, and someone yelling at you from underneath this vehicle.
Get out from under! And then, what is the guard? Is it in my pathway?
You're gonna hit Jade if you try and run over the guard.
Oh, okay.
I got a good dodge. Go for it.
Or that.
Okay,
I'll be
are
fine.
you
Sure. I mean,
you would get on the car anyways if
yeah.
I hit you.
I'll try to, jump into.
I'm pretty sure a vehicle counts as a heavy weapon for
Yeah.
damage. Just
Ooh.
How many, what kind of damage last are we talking?
I mean, heavy weapon is 6 points of damage.
Oh, it's fine. Good.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. I will.
Depending on how well she rolls.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I will try.
Okay, yeah, so do you, like, yell at Jade?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, watch out!
Yeah.
Jade, you turn around and there's just a car moving towards you. This, like,
Car's a loose
half-gutted
word.
vehicle with, like, spikes on it.
Yeah.
And, like, there's, like, a wolf helm.
I'm so proud of Dale in this moment. Like Jade has that
And
moment
you
of like,
slam on
my like
So, I don't
little
know
Dale
how to
is growing
drive.
up.
No, you don't.
What?
At all.
No.
No, yeah, so I'm gonna...
Wait, what?
I don't
gonna
know how to drive.
Say this is one harder then.
I am the driver.
Why didn't we've been in this like dystopia with cars? Why haven't you mentioned this before now?
I don't drive cars because cars need permits, and permits mean
Put
that
you in
have
the
to
system.
be. They put you in the system. So I just always ride public transit.
Are you still proud?
No.
I mean, Jade's proud because Jade doesn't know, but Janine is struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, like video games are similar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So
so-
the fact that Dale doesn't have any knowledge of driving cars, I'm going to say will make this one harder for you.
Okay, so this would be challenge.
So yeah, so you need to, for him, you just need to beat their defense. So that's challenge difficult. So you need a 12 or higher to hit them, and then Jade needs to get out of the way, and I will set that difficulty as also difficult.
Yeah. It's 12 or higher.
Yeah, so you need to roll a 12 or
I
higher to
will go
dodge out
ahead
of the
and
way.
expend an intellect to drive.
Speed.
Okay, speed.
Reactions.
Speed to drive. Speed to drive. All right, let me.
Okay, so you need to roll a 9 or higher to hit that guy.
Okay.
To like beat his ability to jump out of the way, and then Jade, you still need to beat a 12 to jump out of the way.
I believe in both of you.
As this car is accelerating towards you quite quickly.
5.
So, what happens mechanically? What did you get?
15.
15. So, Jade, you're gonna escape, dodge. How do you dodge? What happens? As you see Dale, like,
Is it a Jeep?
It would look cool if I hit it.
it's vaguely Jeep-like.
Oh
Can
wait, I
I-
can re-roll. If I
You
expend an
could spend a
experience.
point of XP if you
I
would
do
like.
it.
Do it.
I'm gonna
Would
do
you
it.
get 5?
I got a 5.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this because I want to be cool.
I mean, you were cool all along, Dale.
I am cool. I'm gonna be
I
cooler.
hope you roll a 1.
Oh, 10.
Okay.
But it's 9. Yeah, 9 or ha 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 ha.
No, you need to beat a 12 or higher on him because you don't know how to drive. So
No,
beat a
but
1
I
harder for you.
spend
Oh, you spent
my
effort. No,
effort.
you have to respend the effort on the new roll.
Can I still
When you
respend
reroll.
the F?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you you really want to be cool. I'll let you spend the
I
effort.
forgot.
No, that's okay. It's a hard
Get
thing
that
to remember
one.
when you re-roll. You have to respend the
Yeah.
effort. So it can be extra expensive.
Haha.
So you do this. There's like a moment. It's like stutters. You think that it's. You're like,
Oh, it's
clutch,
the guy. It's
clutch.
the guy. It's
You gotta
the
put
guy
the clutch
that's under there. I
in.
gotta kick him out. All right.
And Jade, how do you dodge out of the way? I'm not gonna let you get on the vehicle. That's a separate roll. This is just getting out of the way of this oncoming vehicle. As you slam into the guy and knock him.
I think Jade's lack of a right arm actually works to her advantage, and that she spins around and there's like just like
There's less bulk in the
Yes.
way, so you feel like the breeze,
feel the
like
wind of the
yeah,
car
vehicle
against
moves
my bad
past you.
side.
Yeah, you have to take the parking brake off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. They don't have this in GTA.
No, you don't have to deal with that. Okay, so you were driving this vehicle. You were careering towards them. The two guards seem to be mostly taking care of the mechanics. Look like they're rousing in some way, like they might raise some sort of alarm. But you probably have a moment at least before anyone's going to show up.
Somebody else
You're
drive.
driving towards a gate. Pine, what do you do? Jade, what do you do?
Is there 2 cranks on either side of the gate?
Is one. You do not have to coordinate this.
Good. I thought we were going to do brother sister cranking.
No. You do not have to do. Let me be clear. You don't have to do brother sister cranking. You don't want to.
So I think Pine is gonna see the crank and is gonna book it towards the crank, and then start cranking it.
Okay. So you book it over there and,
I
you
think
just
she
start
says.
opening
I
the
think
gate.
he says like, "Go, get on the vehicle. I'll meet you there. It's
All
not
right.
a horse, so just hold
As
on."
you say that, like Quake like grabs the car and then just flings herself into it, and so this woman like tumbles into the back seat of this Jeep like over the roof. She's like, "Drive."
Pine?
No, I am Quake. Although here they have referred to me as Screeches. I do not know why.
Do you know how to drive?
No. This is not a horse. Carry on! Jade, what do you do?
I get in the car.
Okay, they're not going that fast. I'll say you clamber
I
into the vehicle.
I have climbing and running. I can make this work.
And you sort of pull yourself into this vehicle and tumble in. Probably back seat, front seat, wherever you would end up. You can shift around. Pine, you begin cranking. You start hearing like a clamoring of some sort of alarm that seems to be going off. And the gate begins to open. And the car... At this point, you don't have to. There's no like.
Oh, okay.
You manage to drive in a straight line mostly through the gate.
It's
as
not making
Pine,
nice noises.
It's not making good noises. No, as Pine opens this gate and it cranks up slowly, and you see this kind of sloping ramp go up into and eventually turn into a road. And you see sunlight, the bright, blinding light of this desert sun hits your eyes. Pine, what do you do?
After it cranks enough, I assume there's like a stop mechanism. It's going to just like click, to like hold it in place. There's gotta be.
Yeah,
I know how castle doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, this is weirdly familiar to you.
And then I think Pine is gonna jump in the car.
Okay.
And look at that and be like,
Please.
press that button.
Can you just
I
drive?
think as soon as
There's this
like,
awkward clamoring moment as the two of you like do the like trying to change as
Yeah.
you are. I'm not gonna make you roll for either of those yet.
Okay,
Don't worry, the driving roll will come later.
Great.
So the three of you begin driving out, and like right at that moment, you guys are like following blip, 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 and you sort of turn, and the crowd has kind of thinned out. You walked a little bit away, and you go towards a road, and then you see kind of like this sort of ramp go down into what appears to be some sort of underground like garage. The door opens, and this car begins driving out.
There's an opening. Run in.
And as you're running like towards the opening, you see in the car like driving past you like Pine and Jade and Dale and this other person.
There's your opening. Run up.
And you leap into the vehicle and you begin driving. I assume you're headed towards the exit to the city.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna I hope you guys can direct us out because you actually know the city.
Oh yeah, we
Yes, we do.
Hey,
you know the main road that much.
Good to
So-
see you guys.
Where do we go?
I have premonition that says learn one random fact from a person/location that is pertinent to the topic you designated. I'm gonna just put on my special glasses. That there's a reason why I have these on all the time.
Yep.
And it tells me quickest exit.
Quickest exit would be down the main road.
Main road.
Keep going straight.
Right.
What happened to your hair?
They decided it was not for battle, and they are wrong.
May I?
I think he's not gonna stop you, and it's fuzz. It's peach fuzz.
she's
It's
just
bad
gonna be
peach
like,
fuzz.
So fuzzy. You're like,
Although it is kind of.
Pine, you're driving, and you like turn onto the main road, and you're going ahead, and then you see coming barreling towards you is a large vehicle.
Oh no.
Does it have damage to the front of it, like it recently had a motorcycle?
No, it's a different one. It didn't take that long for this rig to get down the road. This one doesn't appear to have. It looks like a fuel truck of some kind.
Anybody got a gun?
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to swerve to the side.
Oh, wait.
Or what are you gonna do? It's driving towards
How
you.
far do we have?
You've got enough time to react and take one action.
Can I slip to the side? Like,
Yeah, you can try and swerve to the side. There's not a ton of space on the road. But yes.
I will swerve to try to sneak past it.
Okay.
What kind of truck is it?
It's like an 18-wheeler sort of big rig. It looks like
So
some
it's
sort
carrying
of like
something?
fuel delivery or something. It's got that kind of round like container back.
Is this an wait,
This is speed.
Do we
This is
think
driving.
it might be carrying gasoline?
Seems a reasonable odds. It's like probably that or water, but you know this are an aquifer here, so. And if it's coming into the city, it's probably not water. Could be milk. This is like
Oh,
you
a
can see
milk
this sprout out
shipment.
like a lot of milk on the side.
A lot of goats to make that much milk.
It's just
So-
a mix of goats and other
I could shoot.
animals.
How many
you
guards?
can
Do I know how many guards would normally be on a rig like that?
Depends. I mean, there'll be at least 2 in the cab, and then probably like 1 or 2 riding on the back. But then there's so part of the reason why it's a narrow road is there's like they all come with an entourage, so it's like the rig
I feel
and then
like
at
we
least
could just
2 other,
drive out.
4 other cars.
Explosions are cool to drive out.
We
on.
probably. Do we have enough fuel to get out? Do we have enough fuel to get out?
Look at it.
You have enough to get out of the city, yeah.
Yeah.
We can get
You
it.
were only going like a couple of kilometers.
I really wanted. I feel like this is my
Really
chance to
wanna-
blow something up, but
I
I
know.
no. We just.
Oh,
need
we
to
did
go.
that
It would make
earlier.
a nice distraction.
Oh.
If we get past it, shoot it from behind.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a rifle?
You just see one on Oz's back. Roll to dodge.
It used to be a
this is,
crutch.
difficult. So, but you dropped it down to demanding, so 9 or higher.
Got a 10.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot to drop it down.
You go and you're like, oh shit, because you're thinking like, yeah, roads, 2-way, you could totally fit, and normally two could fit going in both directions, but they hog the roads here when they come back with their entourage. And
Are you
their
saying they're a
deliveries.
road hog?
They are a road hog, and you were
For
the
paladins.
Democrat. And you're like, oh shit, there's not enough space, and so you kind of like swerve to the side, and you sort of scrape just along the side of one of the cars, like that's entourage, but you manage to get around behind it. It's a bumpy ride as you're all sort of jostled to the side, and you pull around behind this rig as it's driving towards you.
This does not move as swiftly as a horse, but I do understand it like one.
You stroke the dashboard.
I do.
You're continuing to drive away, and you hear like there's some yelling kind of behind you, and there's some shouts of like, "Get them! Like they're the ones that are escaping!"
No, we're not.
no!
Let's blow that thing.
Ooh. Can we all just
Can
take our
we-
guns and try to blow it up?
Yeah.
I have a light handgun.
Can Anon just like
Shatter?
the
Yeah.
hubcap, the
Yeah.
cap on it?
Ooh, and then can I shoot it? Explosion.
I'm trying to think of like how these things are structured. There is probably a way you can do it. So the shatter,
Doesn't necessarily ignite it, but if I
yeah, the
shattered-
shatter definitely wouldn't
you
ignite
can
it,
tip
but
it
you
over.
could.
You can break the wheel, which will.
That would be hard. Remember, shatter like is a limited size
It's-
object.
yeah,
Like
it's
they're
super
they're
small.
relatively small. So like a fuel
You
cap
could-
would totally work. But I'm trying to think like where fuel
Oh.
caps are
On the
like
top?
the oil rigs.
On the top?
Are they on the top?
And then there's
Because they
some
have
with
to-
hoses.
Yeah.
because they have to fill it in. From
You could do the hose. You can do the hose portion where it
Yeah.
connects,
Hose
and then
portion.
it just oils everywhere.
Yeah,
and
so
that's
you could make it start spilling gasoline, for
Okay.
sure.
that'll cause a stir.
And then
That would definitely cause.
And then we just
gas
light it up.
Gas
Yeah,
is money.
We've got.
yeah, because then we can.
I'm sure we've got
Shoot
something
it full.
between all of us. We've got something to light it
Oh,
up with.
there
All
we
right.
are.
Roll me your shatter. This is a. I was gonna say, this is a demanding challenge. So what did you?
You can use XP to reroll.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool! I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna reroll with XP. And
Cool.
you know what else
It's
I'm
demanding,
gonna
so
do?
you need to get a 9 or higher.
Okay, I'm gonna add some effort in there.
Okay.
Yo, what's up?
I'm gonna inspire you.
Yay!
You do good.
The pine method of inspiring.
You did
Yeah,
good.
that's it. All right. Remember,
Right.
3 and 9. 3 and 9. 3 and 9.
And Anon's gonna like lift her hand and be like 3 and 9.
Is it a 1?
I dropped it down, right?
Yep. So 6 or higher.
Okay, cool. I got a 7.
It looks really cool. You see like the cap on one of the hoses just explodes, and gas starts leaking out.
All right.
It's gonna take him a moment to notice because it's behind them. But there's a couple of yells as like one of the sort of entourage vehicles is like, "Oh shit, leaking gasoline!" And then naturally a lot of citizens hear this, and they start running up because gas is money here.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it.
How
So-
far away are we?
You're in vehicle, so I'll say you're probably like 50 feet away. Like you
So-
just pulled around the back of it and you're driving and it's pulling away from you. So the more you hesitate, the further and further.
Okay.
Does this survival pack happen to have lighters?
Oh yeah, a survival pack would have a lighter in it. That's a very normal thing for.
So says the Oracle! And I throw the lighter.
So here's the
And
thing
light
about lighters. is they typically don't
Yeah.
stay lit when you let go
Yeah.
of them. So
Dang
you
it.
need to set something on fire that you
So,
can throw.
like, Jade goes to her belt, pulls out a Cuban cigar,
Oh,
lights it, says,
dang it.
take a circle us closer. Like, gets it lit, gets it like nice and ashy,
Okay,
and
so you
then just like,
just pull this spin
Yeah.
and road and U-turn.
and then I'm like, get ready to go. So
Okay.
I'm gonna throw it to the puddle, and
That's way
then
cooler.
we're gonna.
Okay, so yeah, you have the cigar, you throw it into the puddle. It's a standard challenge to just aim for it because you're in a moving vehicle, so it's not just like a toss. So 6 or higher to get it in.
Oh, it's cocked.
That's an edge. Sorry.
That's fine.
Ooh,
19.
19. So you also get a minor effect. So is there like something beyond like this will catch the pool of gasoline and it will snake up into the leaking gasoline and it will probably explode.
Yeah.
You are quite close to an exploding gas tank, like oil tanker right now, like gas
Yeah.
tank.
You get a
So
moment
I will
to
say
get
you
a-
could make it one easier for Jade Jade can make it one easier for Pine to
That
drive
would be
away.
great because I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to
Okay.
not catch
Yeah.
our own thing on fire.
So you need to get away from a rapid explosion that is happening.
Right.
We set the world on fire.
So I was gonna say this would be
Is it
this
intimidating
would
or
probably
challenging?
would have been intimidating, but
Okay.
now it is challenging.
Okay,
and
and
it
I
is a
have
speed test,
drive.
and you have drive, so now it becomes difficult.
And now I would like to spend 2 speed points to try to drop
Okay.
it to.
Dropping it to a demanding task. Would you like to wait? What do you want to do?
Everyone's in short range, right?
Yep.
You get some inspiration too, then, friend.
Oh, because inspiration's your cipher ability. It's not the lead ability like I had, where I just
Oh.
didn't tell them about it.
Yeah, it's your
Yeah,
it's
it's a
your
twist.
spinner. It's your
Yeah.
spinner twist. So I believe it's for like a specific thing though. So you have to designate because this isn't an attack, and that was what.
That wasn't
Anon
an
Oh,
I
yeah.
can
Then you don't get. Sorry.
But Anon can. So Anon is going to be like, she's gonna just like rest her hands on your shoulders and say, "You can get us away. Drive straight like an arrow, my friends."
We also probably didn't get super close to this. That's probably like.
Yeah, I mean
not
you
like-
have some distance. Like
Yeah,
I
there's
would
a
have said
little
if
bit.
you got close, like you might have had an
I'm
impossible
strong enough
task,
to
but
throw-
this is
a
still.
cigar.
Yeah.
Captain, my captain.
But the harder you throw a cigar, the more likely it is to not
Yeah.
stay lit.
Yeah.
So.
So
Yeah, you're still a few like you're not right up next to this explosion happening, but this is.
I mean, if we
very-
wanted to be really safe, I would give the lit cigar to Anon to levitate towards.
No,
the-
no, we've
no,
already
no,
done
no,
it.
no.
You've already been
You've
cool.
passed safe. You've passed
Yeah.
safe. So you spent your effort.
Uh,
I think it was actually
lower.
probably formidable. So let's say you need to roll a 9 or higher.
Okay, so just to be
With
clear,
everything
we have
included.
drive, we have
The minor effect.
the minor effect, the non-speech where her I can hear her, feel her whisper on my ear.
Her leadership.
um,
And you're spending effort.
and spending effort. Okay, so I need to get a 6.
Yep.
Very scared.
No, you need to get a 9.
I'm very scared.
Yep. You're trying to drive away from a massive
Do
explosion.
it for Gordy.
Can you reroll?
I can't reroll.
You
I got a 1.
You might want to spend a point of XP for that because I want to be really clear that a
Yes,
1
yes.
Isn't that cool?
is not good for you,
No.
for
I'm
any of you.
I'm gonna use a point of XP.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I don't get anything on the second roll.
You don't get your effort, but you get
Okay.
everything else.
Cool. Okay, I can't spend any more effort because I have 0 speed now.
Oh.
So you also become
Impaired.
impaired.
Right, but that doesn't affect. It doesn't affect anything else. It affects how much effort I want to spend, and ignoring minor and major, and then combat rolls. It doesn't affect. I checked,
Oh boy.
but I can't use might as well. So
No.
I'm just gonna roll it.
Oh god.
So now it needs to be a.
No, it's a 12.
Okay.
Oh god.
Sorry, guys. 3.
Okay.
Not 0. Not 1.
So, you spin. It's not a 1. It's way better.
Yeah.
You spin around, and you're partially caught in the blast. Like on the plus side, you are caught. Like you get into the sort of backswing, I guess, of
Yeah.
your U-turn because you basically just did a wheelie.
Yeah.
Like you turned
Yeah.
and then you continue turning. So you continue the momentum and the blast, like you toss a cigar in maybe less than 50 feet away from a fucking oil, like a full gas tanker.
We are all
It
crisp.
explodes and you are pushed forward. You're gonna all take a bunch of damage from this.
Good.
Which will be subtracted from your. So the highest is normally. I'm gonna say you all take 8 points of damage.
Oh, dope.
Oh, well, that would go into. Oh, I got 2 down.
Wait, are we gonna be really close? 8.
8. So it'll go out of your might.
And then whatever next.
then-
So
out of your
my
speed?
might is now 0.
Okay. So you drop down 1 more on the damage tracker.
I am both. My might and speed are gone.
Okay. You drop down 2 as well on the damage tracker.
So I am at this point. I am debilitated.
Debilitated.
Yep.
I can't move.
Okay.
So I think
impaired.
So
I
yeah,
am-
as this blast rocks you all in the vehicle, like you have some momentum from it, but you are largely caught in it. You're probably kind of lucky because it like hits a lot of your right side, and so you sort of
I
like,
don't really-
feel a lot of
no.
it.
Best
And
buddies
Oz is sort of
forever.
used to being on fire.
We don't
So
together.
I'm in
you
my
are
element.
debilitated.
Yeah,
so
I
you
need
are not in
take
good
the wheel.
shape.
I think like
All
mine
right.
is gonna just whisper like take the wheel. Take the
All right.
wheel. What do you
I'm
do?
gonna take the wheel.
Jade, take the wheel.
Jay, take the
You
wheel.
grab the wheel. You only have one hand to drive with here.
It's true.
Yep. So it'll all be
No,
slightly
it's gonna be a
harder
lot
for
of.
you.
Is this stick shift?
Yeah, probably is.
All
Wait,
right.
what about?
Oz, what do you do?
All right.
So
Oz,
the two of you
can
that
you-
are
can you-
impaired can
can you
still
do the stick
things. It's
while
really
I drive?
only Pine that's
Yeah.
like
Or
up
can you
shaker.
drive? Do you
No,
want to just
and-
drive?
Okay,
And Dale.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
and Dale.
Yeah,
So,
drive.
yeah, I can do
Unless they end up training it.
I'm sorry, I missed
Sorry?
some of that.
Oh no, we're trying to decide who's going to take the wheel.
Okay.
I was going to say you can
Having
take the
this
wheel and I can do the inspiration, but I'm not training the inspiration, so it's not really going to help us out because you're not training driving.
Oh, but I think, can I give another good advice? I think I can. I'm gonna drop my intellect down.
You don't have to spend intellect
Oh,
for
you
your
really
You
lead.
have to spend like 1 or 2 points on intellect. To be
But
able
I
to do it.
but
To
I
do the
don't
lead
'cause I
ability?
have edge.
Yeah, or maybe it's only 1 because I always had to spend to use it, but because I don't have.
You had to spend 1 point?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, yeah, it would
But,
be...
but I have edge. Do I need to apply effort to make it doable?
Sorry, pardon
no,
me.
it just
No,
makes it
no,
nothing
your
for
edge
me, right?
subtracts it, so that 1 and 2.
Yeah, then,
No worries.
Okay,
So
cool.
one thing, let's
drive in.
talk about, because this is the first time anyone's gone down on the damage track. So
Yeah.
the way
Yep.
damage works in Cypher System, for those of you who are unfamiliar, you have these pools, and you spend out of the pools to do things, make things easier, but they're also your damage. So it goes, you subtract from your might pool first, and then when that's done, you subtract from your speed. And so when one pool drops to 0, you become impaired, which is what's happened to Anon and had previously happened to Pine. And when you're impaired, it's you have to spend 1 more point to apply effort. And what else happens? There's a little text on
I
there.
ignore minor and major effects, and combat rolls of 7 to 20 only deal +1 damage,
Okay.
or 17 to
17 to 20. So you get slightly less extra damage, costs you more to apply effort, and you don't get those major and minor effects. On the other hand, when a second pool drops down to 0, and you haven't moved yourself back up on the track, or if you're still on the track, you drop down 1 more again. So one thing to know is if you move up, if you like heal yourself, as soon as you drop, as soon as you bring a pool back from 0, you move back on the damage track, so it takes it away. And then you become debilitated, and what does that do?
So you can only move an immediate distance if your speed pool is 0. You cannot move. So both of our speeds are 0.
So you guys are just kind of lying in the
I
back of
assume
this
someone
vehicle.
pulled me out of the chair.
Yeah, I probably did, and while Oz took over.
Okay,
driving.
so what happens?
Right.
So
Are
Oz
you
takes the wheel.
Are you impaired?
Yes, yes. I'm
I'm
good.
fine,
I'm
too.
good. Didn't drink a bit.
And An's gonna like wipe her
it's 1
mouth and just look at you, and she's like, "Huh, there's 2 of you.
Oh.
I know that both of you can get us out of here because 2 is better than 1. And you have got way more than I have got right now. So you can do it."
All right.
That being said, plus side, the explosion seems to have caused a huge distraction and has also blocked the road behind you so no one can chase you.
Oh, we can just stop then.
Well, let's
There's
let's
one
maybe-
last challenge.
Please no.
The
We have
gate.
To get out of the city.
Yeah, so let's get out of let's get some distance, and then Are these two going to be able to translate?
Yeah, so the best, unfortunately, Dale can't make a recovery roll. Pine, you can, I don't know how many
also
recovery.
can.
Okay.
So
So
I-
technically they can.
But do we have?
You'll just
Do we have enough? Because
I
I
can
ease.
translate,
them.
and I can initiate.
What
Do you
what
have
can
one
you
of
do?
these?
And I do the other one.
That's
Yeah.
true. You have,
So
you
you
have
do
one
it,
of
but
each,
we-
so,
so we
you
can do
and
it.
you can take them
Yeah.
with you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great, we can do it.
Quake
with
is
them.
also a vector.
I
Yeah.
just don't have the fancy thing that Dale has for initiating, but I can initiate.
Okay. You did
So, oh,
good.
and then the last part, if any of their pools drop to 0 again, once you have 2 ticks on the damage track and another pool drops to 0, if you haven't fixed that, you die.
I want to point out, I'm gonna tell you guys my health in this episode. So do it.
Don't do it.
So,
Do it.
Do it.
you begin driving.
Yes.
This part, you gun it. Like, you're
Yeah.
booking it down. It's a straight shot.
Lead
There's, like,
foot
people
down.
jumping out of the way. There's a massive explosion behind you. There's no other cars. There's a gate. There's a very large gate in the wall in front of you. It's kind of closed right now.
Just start honking.
Anon, can you shatter that gate?
No, I can't do anything that big, but maybe I can. She's gonna try and shatter the pins. Whatever the hinges are that is holding it up, whatever those pins are.
I was imagining it. It's more of a, it's a. Is it a
Garage.
No,
roll
it's
up?
not. It's not.
Yeah,
this.
it's not a
Oh.
this. It's a this.
And it goes
How,
up.
so this is a pretty big gate.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of guards on it?
There's like a couple of towers, like on either side, with like little guard posts on them. There's not that many, as far as you know.
And
Can
if we
I-
ask them, they're probably not gonna.
Not if they know who you are.
Can I see the? Because a lot of them operate on like a weighted pulley system
I
of some
don't
kind. I would
have
think
to.
to counter the balance of the door. So could I snap the wire?
Or the counter.
Well,
Right.
because it's down right now, so the counterweight would just keep it down. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
that's
that
kind of
is,
the point of
that
it.
is- that's what
yeah,
the
there.
counterweights
It's like
do.
it's like a
That's,
crank. Someone's supposed to open it.
So, with premonition, I could do it again. Could I somehow figure out the secret emergency let's get out password? With premonition?
Well, we're in a rig. I mean,
yeah,
we're in a
I don't
howler
have
rig.
to actually move.
Yeah, you're in a howler rig.
See, because it
I
says
mean,
one random fact.
it's you're in. In fact, is like if they don't think that you're people that need to stay in, they'll let you out.
Great. Okay, we're gonna Millennium Falcon this, guys. Okay.
Right.
Nothing
Fly
here.
casual.
I
Nothing
get
here.
it. All right. All right.
Just throw a capo for the 2 wounded people.
All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can
Do we have a tarp
seduce
I can
them.
cover
Oh
these
no,
two
no,
up?
you need to take the dead bodies out because they're gross.
Oh yeah.
We're dead bodies.
That looks suspicious.
You
so.
could, I mean, as a suggestion, maybe they're not dead bodies that you need to take out, but they're people that you're going to bury up to their necks in the sand.
Ah. Great.
And there's a lot of forms of punishment that you can do in a desert.
Yeah, I got a canteen full of gasoline.
Oh, I forgot
You didn't
about
tell me
that.
this before.
Oh, never asked.
From now on, Oz is always like Jade will
Do you
always
have-
ask us, "Do you have any gasoline?"
Sure do.
Oh god.
So, what are you gonna do?
Honk, honk, honk. Honk, honk, honk.
Hey, what is it?
Few truck don't explode it. We need to get more before you know who gets you know where on you know whom.
I heard something about that. We saw the flames in the explode. It was big and large and loud, and was everything okay?
No!
So where
A
are you
few truck
going?
explode to get more fuel.
With what? You're in a tiny car. Where's your rig? Where's that
Any
big
fuel's
rig?
better than no fuel at all. If
What?
you want to take it up to Augusta, you can do that yourself.
What is she doing?
We're meeting up with the rig on the road.
Okay. That's a little bit more logical.
I like both these things. I just
We're the security for the other rig coming back.
Okay. So with that, I was gonna say it's a difficult task right now. So it's 12 or higher. What do you want to do to make it easier? You have both of you, so you helping gives a +1 to whoever's gonna roll. Someone helping.
I'll use persuasion.
Okay. That makes it 9 or higher.
And then I will help you.
You helping. So whatever
does that
flat
make
number
sense?
you roll, you add a +1. You could also choose to apply some effort. It's an intellect.
I would also use my lucky since it's still
Okay.
there.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
them back from that. So now you need to get a 6 or higher. Whatever you roll on the die, add 1. You can re-roll if it's a tilty.
11.
Okay. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. Open in the gate. Go get him. And they just sort of like reel it.
Not
open
if you
and
get him
crank, crank,
first.
Crank, 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 crank. And you presumably charge your way out of the gate very
I
quickly.
do a courtesy honk. Dun, dun.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Not
you-
everyone does that these days.
Hey,
Yeah.
you just trying to bring it back.
They like flash a light at you, like flashing your lights, and you book it down this like flat expanse of a road, and eventually you get out of like sight of the city, and right about then is when the vehicle like fuel gauge goes and you see like part of something. You look behind you and there's like a part of the engine has just fallen out of the car, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right, they were working on that. And you
the
come
guy
to a
underneath
stop. Oh, he
Just
probably got crushed.
Well, my bad. I told him to get out.
He tried.
Oh.
But you kind of drove right away after you said that. You said, get out, vroom. So you are all in a vehicle in the middle of the desert.
If we translate, do we take the vehicle with us?
No.
Okay.
The vehicle does not typically come with you. Because you have to participate in the translation. If you had a gate, like it could be brought
If it was a
through the gate.
talking car.
So the two of them, they're still alive. They're not going to be helpful in the translation, but they can't help, but they can participate to the point that they can come with you.
Good job.
So
Oh, I was just gonna say once the car stops, Non's like, okay.
Wait. I think it's like gonna like reach out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Pine, are you okay?
Don't do it.
She's gonna like.
I love you, Sage.
Oh no.
We're gonna talk about this later.
And I think Paine's going
Sage.
unconscious.
You stay just conscious enough
Yeah.
because if you fall unconscious, then you can't participate in the translation.
Fair. I will not fall unconscious.
So Quake is like, no, you will not fall unconscious, and they just slap you across the face.
Oh my
You still need. They need to translate.
Oh, Quake.
Fair point.
When'd you get here?
The sage has told me you must be awake for this to work. Perhaps you fell asleep, and that's why you left us.
Okay, so would you like to help us translate?
Hey, who is
I
this?
am less experienced, but I can. I am.
Great.
The stone quakes as she screeches into the night. You may call me Quake.
All right, say does that.
I can't remember if Anon. No, I don't think Anon knows who she is.
It hurts too bad to write now.
They call me the one-armed terror of Elbury.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Terror
Huh?
of the One Arm,
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
as you as well.
Hey.
Oh, are we doing introductions? Hello.
Perhaps we should leave this place, but
I'm
yes,
Anon.
you are charming.
Thank you. But really,
I am
well,
in pain.
I'm going to just
It
start
is good to
this
meet you
now.
in pain.
Right, gonna hasten this up just a bit.
Okay, so to translate, you have all of the required roles. So the spinner, are you going to ease? No, the spinner is going to hasten.
Hasten, yeah.
So your the trance time. Oh, it's only 10 minutes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we have
oh,
10 minutes before they come.
We have 10
Yeah.
minutes, please. hurts.
So yeah, trance time is 10 minutes. Vector eases, spinner hastens. So the paradox is going to initiate.
I have a feeling like both of our legs are just like
So in-
our arms and legs are burnt.
Oh, horrible.
Oh yeah, you've got some.
But you're gonna be
horrible
best buddies because we're gonna be words
Um,
together.
We are definitely going to probably
Cool.
wake
Where are you
up
planning on translating
unconscious
to? I
or
assume
non-conscious,
Earth?
But go ahead.
Yeah, she
Trying to
would.
translate home.
She would try and translate to.
Cool. You've been there before, so you can do it automatically. The Oz, you're going to hasten, which means that you make it, instead of taking 2 hours, it's going to only take 10 minutes of trancing. And then the easing, you'll make it, you're back to it in an action.
Okay.
When you get there. Yeah.
Can I do something?
Yes.
When
do
I'm
you wanna
driving
do?
out, I want to drive to a specific location where we last left the Veloforte.
Okay.
After the engine falls out, I sure it's just like a husk of a car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out the rest of the gas packs, Let's put it next to the canteen. Of course, drain out the canteen because it's full of icky gasoline. And leave a little note that says, "Thanks,
Why would
Tara."
you waste the gasoline?
Oz.
Why would you waste the gasoline?
That's what the person
So
said.
they don't drink it.
Why would you waste the
They'll notice that, or they'll take a swig and be like, "That was gas."
Oh, you're
I've
right. You're
done
right.
that
Yeah, you
before.
can do that. You don't just start drinking. It's like, gotta finish it. Like, oops, didn't want to drink this. Gotta finish this paint water. That's not how.
Yeah,
Right, I'll leave
what I've been doing
I'll
my
leave the
whole
gasoline and leave a note just saying thank you, Tara.
if they're gonna be there.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
If they find it.
If they find it, they'll
Yeah.
probably someone will find it. And then
Who's Tara? I'm Tara.
I'm Tara. Yeah, thanks me. Okay, so you begin the process of translating. This is, oh gosh, the recursion difficulty for Earth. I don't even remember. I think it's 3.
Oh no.
What?
We're not gonna pay the captain to go the way. We owe her half the fee.
Are you saying that as you're trying to get through recursion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
I
you're
think
beginning
like we're like I'm saying that as we're like waking up in Earth and being like, oh
Oh, okay, so it's
no.
one step harder because you all did it within the last 24 hours.
So I just rolled a 9. I
Okay.
assume that's what needed to happen.
Yeah, so it was, you needed a 12 or higher to do this.
Oh, no.
And so you get a 9 plus 1. You are a paradox, which means you can use your special ability as a paradox,
I'm on a reroll.
which means you can reroll.
Thank goodness.
Oh goodness.
No!
What did you get?
It's the worst.
Okay, so it was even worse. That's okay.
It's a shame shawl.
It's a shame shawl.
Shame
Cool.
shawl.
Question, do you want to roll 2d10 or do you want me to?
Oh wait, are we taking?
Or
more damage?
actually, I want you to roll it, and then we're just going to end the episode.
Ah!
Tell me what the number is.
I am very afraid because.
Yeah, because we're all pretty close. Oh, I need another D10. If you don't mind, I will use this red one.
Just for you.
I'll give
It
us a
seems
body swap.
appropriate.
So I have a table of things that can happen.
Is-
Yeah, so what happens is the paradox, if they initiate, they can do a reroll on the translation.
Oh,
And the initiator helps. Additional participants can help, but they're all mostly unconscious, so you get +1 from Quake. The recursion difficulty is the level, which Earth is level 3. I might actually be wrong on that number, but we'll say it's level 3 because that seems standard, but it was 1 harder, so now it became level 4 because you've all translated within the last 24 hours. When you hasten it, if a spinner hastens it, it becomes 10 minutes, so that's what you did, and then you ease it, so it's pretty instant, so we'll find out.
Can I spend XP to reroll again? One more time.
So one of the things that happens is, all it happens is I'm going to roll on the recursion table, the translation table, so I'm going to say no.
Oh.
Is one of them take damage?
Might be,
Well, cause.
but we'll find out.
Oh please no. I hope it's not damage.
Oh
'cause-
god. I don't have a. Okay.
It's okay.
So
I-
you have to roll it now, or was that the other?
I just rolled
She
it,
wrote
but I
it.
haven't said what the numbers
We
are.
have to keep our accents.
None of them are take damage.
No.
Oh no one. Okay.
Okay,
We
okay.
were like,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
please don't take damage.
yeah.
The reason why I can say that now, because we're gonna teleport wherever.
Yep.
I have 1 intellect point left.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I am very afraid.
What's the number?
I mean, here's
Oh, this is taking
A 3.
long.
3.
Okay.
and with that,
And with that, we end the episode.
I'm just gonna write 3 in big letters because I don't know what that means.
Is it 3 or 30?
Oh,
just
what
be-
did you roll?
It was a 0 and a 3.
So this is
Oh,
just-
you did not roll 2d10. You did not roll correctly.
We said
So
2d10s?
It's you roll a d10 and then the percentile die. So,
Oh, here we
that
go.
one is the 0
yeah.
on it.
So
okay.
one has
Here
the
you go.
double zeros and one has
Okay.
the.
There you
So
go. Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
There
It's
we go.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Reroll.
Oh,
Do you want to
oh,
are
okay.
you gonna keep the Oh, you just
I'll
roll.
also
Yeah,
roll.
Okay,
running,
okay.
running.
I really. Oh, okay.
None of them
This-
do
This is where
damage.
we're at now. This is
Yeah,
where we're at.
we're fine.
Oh no.
68. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
A 6, a
68.
0, and then
You
an
know,
8.
it would be
68.
really cool if it was an odd one, though. Can you imagine? We could get teleported to God.
Okay.
What? No.
No, I meant cool stuff.
Oh.
Good.
All right. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, there were only the worst ones were if either the translation fails or your translation ended up somewhere else. Most of the other ones are just things that will affect you when you arrive, but you're going to Earth.
Okay,
We
good
s-
point. But still.
Very good.
Next week. And with that, the characters
Next week.
disappear from this reality and find themselves somewhere new. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this nail-biting end of an adventure. We're going to go ahead and read a couple donations that came through in the second half. Yeah, that was very stressful.
Dale,
So
you need to come back.
just so you know, if you'd actually rolled a 3, it would have just been a complete failure. You just wouldn't have translated. You'd have been stuck there.
Oh,
We gotta get-
good thing it wasn't.
A 3?
Yeah.
We don't know what
Um,
happens.
We don't know.
My favorite is if you roll a 99 or 100, it's a catastrophic failure. You roll twice and take both results.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You roll twice on the table and 2 things happen to you.
This is we haven't failed this hard yet.
That was intense. All right,
Just
we have
never
2
roll with
donations that came
Wisconsin.
through. We have Betty's Inc. Bad guys got you running, dumb enough to chase you, need something to slow them down. New Betty's Best Ball Bearings, part of the new Betty's Best product line for adventures. One small bag covers lots of hallways. Betty's has you covered. Hashtag togas and more.
Ah.
And then we have Chicago Mike in 1985 with Team Even.
Thank you.
Eh.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for all of the donations that came through. A reminder, there is no Behind the Screens or Wind Down tomorrow. So the next show will be this show next week on Wednesday. And then 2 days, merely 2 days after that, you can find me here again and some other familiar faces with an special episode of Crossmas, our special crossover Geek Space episode where realities will continue to converge. It's going to be real special. Do you know who's on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know who's on that?
You get
You might know.
Patrick
who.
Ewan, Tony Shalhoub,
Yeah. Yeah.
Helen Hunt,
Yeah.
I like her.
Judy Foster.
Marmaduke.
Yeah, Marmaduke.
dog?
I almost forgot
Marmaduke.
about
Yeah.
Marmaduke. How could I forget about Marmaduke?
You can't forget about Marmaduke.
And
Please tell
Marmaduke.
me that Marmaduke plays Clifford.
Yes.
Yes. And we're also going to have Behind the Screens and probably Wind Down next week as well. So next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, catch us here. That's right. Crossmas is on Friday, not Monday. Because
And-
schedules are complicated.
It's GM by John Madden.
Yeah, John Madden.
So
Football game.
Thank you. So, and Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren's actually playing everything. She's in it for Best Oscar.
My favorite category.
Best Oscar.
Best supporting Oscar.
Helen Mirren.
Best Supporting Oscar. You're all wonderful and amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to sign off. We'll tell you when and where you can find us next. So let's start with the one who nearly died.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ash. Yeah, I almost died more.
You then, since we both almost died, we are both witness.
Oh, wait.
We shall be witness. Are you ready? Okay, ready? Close your eyes. Ready?
Three,
Witness.
2, 1.
It's a look.
And who are you?
I'm Jackie Ash. JAKITAH. I'm covered in silver. Find me on Mondays where we are reading a storybook, murdering an Odin sphere, and
Whoa, that's a lot of stuff.
Very tasty, though.
y'all are great.
Hey, I'm Janine. I am at Admiral Asma on the Twitters. Yeah. That's all I got to say.
Witnessing is hard.
Witnessing is.
No
Yeah.
wonder juries are rare.
But it tastes good still.
It does.
Oh, hello! I am Bonsai. I am Bonsai Baby on Twitch and Bonsai Baby on Instagram and on Twitters. You guys can follow me there for all the shenanigans that I do. And this is cake spray, so don't worry, it is not poisonous.
Don't try it at home, kids.
Don't inhale it.
Good.
Oh,
Don't inhale it.
shoot. Did I inhale it?
Who are you? you as you're spreading that here.
Hey, it's your boy, What Is Kiss, aka Nathan Kiss, aka Oz in this game. You can find me on Twitter and such as What Is Kiss, and on stream on Twitch as What Is Kiss. And check out my next stream when I do the live action RPG of Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Oh.
Wait, are you actually doing all these things, or are you just saying?
Chippendale.
See you in a minute.
Rescue Rangers. And
Oh,
last
hi.
but not least.
I'm Shell Game. It tastes weird.
Oh. So here's a fun fact Lauren just found out.
Oh.
You did not succeed on your translation roll.
Oh!
Witness us now. This
Bum,
might be the
bum.
last
Wait,
time.
so we gotta bring these back next
We're
week?
gonna find out. I'm gonna make some decisions.
Or are we gonna have to walk
Good
it
night.
back? Oh,
Good
we think about it.
night. I think that's all we need to know about me. I'm just gonna hide now.
You rolled a 12, right? Or no, you rolled a...
No, I rolled a 7 on my second
yeah.
one.
Earth's difficulty is 5.
Oh.
So you needed to get a 15 or higher.
Oh.
18 or higher. Anyway, my name's Random Tuesday. I'm your GM, and I'm gonna go figure out what's happening to these players next week because I got some ideas. So we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be something.
So we're keeping
It's
these
gonna
here,
be
I guess.
something.
Yeah, I
We'll
guess-
find out.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you next week for Worlds Beyond. Have an amazing day-night cycle. Take care of yourself.